You guys can make fun of me and make all the videos you want about me. I don't care. Say what you want. Put all the videos out there that you want, because frankly, I don't care what you think. So go ahead, all you trolls. Make videos about this. Go and make all the videos you want. Or you want to make videos about me? I just don't care anymore. I really don't care. I don't care if people re-upload this video. You can make fun of me all you want. It doesn't bother me.
Let me first play this disclaimer so you guys can see it. This way it's up for the public record. Disclaimer. Nothing in this presentation was obtained illegally. Everything you are about to see has been researched using public domains such as Facebook, YouTube, Google, and/or other forms of social media platforms. No family images, home addresses, and/or any direct information shall not be used unless it has already been publicly displayed on either Facebook, YouTube, Google, and/or public social media outlets.
Okay, I think we're working. Let me see. I always listen to Facebook for my. Oh, there's my voice. Okay, we're working. Hey everybody, it's been a couple weeks. Oh, good. Penny Pounder's in the chat. Penny, there I am. Hey everybody. Penny made a big announcement a couple weeks ago. He said, "I'm done," just like Maga Man. He's like, "I'm done with this show. Oh, there's such garbage." And there he is, all caps, bitching again. Penny, I saw you left a comment on something somewhere. I was like, "Oh, Penny's still alive." So shout out to my nemesises. I see MGTOW in the Wind said he may join in later on from a tablet. The infamous GA may come in later on. Yeah, no one cares. Savage Cock. I don't have my glasses on, so I didn't see what your profile picture was, but now, yes, it's a cock with testicle neck. Savage, how you doing, buddy? Let's see, looking at Hank the Mean Man. Hank, Hank's feeling guilty because he said he feels responsible for me starting a live stream. Hank, it's not you. It's not you. It's me. and a big shout out to I got a whole bunch of subscribers. I'm very excited. I started like researching how to promote a channel, and I was doing some secret stuff on the side. I don't want to give it away to my nemesis. In fact, he watched a video of me ranting about it. And he paused it when I said I've been doing secret stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, well, Dan's doing this. I don't care." Because Wally, I think your video is the suspect. Another thing Maga Man's been jumping up and down is he had an incredible jump of subscribers, and I said in a video, I go, "It seems a little suspicious," and Wally got all indignant and said, "You're going to have to prove that in a court of law." It's like, no, I could just say. I think that your subscribers are a little sus, but Maga Man flipped that, which tells you something when he gets all indignant. How dare you? It's like he's probably buying subscribers, but there's no way to prove it. He was saying I'll show my checking account. That'll prove it. I don't know how that proves anything, but so much to talk about. Last week if you watch the video I made, and I was ranting in the car. In the pitch black because my house lost electricity. Something on a pole down the block. When you look up at a telephone pole, you see like those big white canisters. Every house like has one of those I think it's a step down transformer. But anyway, there was like this big one of those on the pole, and apparently that had to be replaced. The guys were out there. Whatever. It was a nightmare. So I have electricity. I don't think I'm gonna lose power. It's a nice day. It's not like it's storming out. So this like again, I lost electricity. Lots to talk about. Maga Man Wally made 800 hours of live streaming. He went everywhere from crying to threatening to drunkenness. It's all good stuff. We're going to talk about it all tonight. This weekend also was good. I was thinking about Maga Man because he would have hated this weekend that I spent. For one, I went to a friend's house. And they were a couple rainbow people, couple guys living together with a house, and they were great hosts. And they had a swimming pool with great food and great times drinking. And then after that, on Monday, I babysat my grandkids kid, I guess you say, because it's my wife's daughter's kid, and she had a work thing, so we went out to Ithaca. We spent the day with the baby, and then afterwards we were in Ithaca, which is a famous liberal college town. Wally would have hated it. We were walking around, and every other person had blue hair. They were like women holding hands. We got dinner at like an outdoor thing, and we were sitting there, and there was this like woman in her 30s, and she was there having a glass of wine, and then she was joined by another woman, and we were kind of eavesdropping because they were right next to us. But apparently it was like the first time they met in person, like maybe it was a date kind of thing. Again, Maga Man's mind would have he would have been blowing up. He would have been he keeps on talking about the gay black utopia is coming. Ithaca would be where it would start, because Wally, don't ever go to Ithaca. You'll hate it. Anyway, I'm rambling on. Oh, Penny said, yes, Divine Red. That's the first thing, Penny, when I thought I was 2 hours before Dogpile electricity cuts out. I'm like, oh, Maga Man's going to see this as Jesus helping him out. But as I pointed out, Penny, what does he have to say about like the rest of his life? Like, he can't work. He liked to work. He can't work. Can't see the kids. Can't see baby mama. He's been upset about something that happened 8 years ago. He seems kind of miserable. Where's Jesus in that whole plan? Of course, yeah, Penny has to. As soon as you mention that, like, I have gay friends, Penny's just like, oh, I got, they're touching each other. Yeah, Penny, no. Penny, you got to be 16, buddy. Yeah, no, yeah, we had a gay old. Yes, they were good friends. Penny. Penny, you're so threatened. I bet you're a closeted gay man. I bet you're like Wally, like you experiment every now and then. You put something up your ass just to do it. I get it, Penny. It's fine. You be you, buddy. Anyway, let me put the I'm holding my coffee. Let me put the thing in the thing. So excited that Penny is back. Join the panel. Ooh, I spelled join wrong. Oh, it's gonna be one of those nights, guys. Hold on. Here we go. Put this in. Link goes. Paste. Post. Go back. Pin message. Okay. Oh, I just saw as I was pinning a message, Penny said something crazy. Oh, I actually met Penny once. Ooh. The suspense is getting on my mind. I'm gonna jog my mind, Penny. Or are you just being creepy? Or did you drive all the way out here just to put eyes on me for your boss Maga Man? That's kind of weird and creepy. Savage says, fuck you, Wally, I know you're watching. Actually, Wally started a live stream. I don't know if he's still live. And it was like, look, there's a gun that I like on eBay. It's like shopping online with Wally. Shopping online for things I'm interested in with Walter. Oh, I screwed up my shirt. There we go. So yeah, what else is going on? Oh, the chat's lighting up. I got 11 people watching. It's good. I feel like there's a lot of pressure on me because again, I got a lot more subscribers. In fact, I'm supposed to get a community page soon. That's right. It's community page time. But the memes are going to start. Going to have a little revenge on Wally because he's been making, and I'm sure right now he's going to say he said it. He's always like trying to like capture something you say for the judges and lawyers for his big trial. But he's going to say, he admitted he's making fun of me on his channel, man. It's like, well, Wally, you made, I think, a 6-hour live stream, and like 3 of it like was about me. I don't know. You're doing what we're doing, Wally, is what I'm getting at. But anyway, oh yeah, so let me share, let me bring up. So if you guys are watching, my nemesis Maga Man, I took down one of my videos from, well, it was his video, but he used my material. So I hit him for copyright and it went away and it was all fun. We were laughing about it. So as revenge, Wally said, okay, well, I'm going to make an archive.org site. And then later he admitted to making a Rumble site. And he's like, I'm putting the videos that they don't want you to see. So we did the same thing. So I was going to find the link. I'll put the videos up that I've been doing the same thing. So there's a Rumble site and a archive.org site. It's all dedicated to Wally. All the stuff he doesn't want you to see when he's a racist son of a bitch. All the other awful stuff. Oh, we got hidden. This is a first. It's gonna be hidden with an iPad. You got hidden. What's going on, man? Ooh, you sound real bad. Sounds like you're underwater and muffled.
I think I might have taped over my mic.
Yeah, I can barely hear you. It sounds like it's on the mic is on top of something. Like there's a blanket over the mic. Oh, I got red pill.
Yo.
Red pill. What's going on, man?
So whenever somebody like that says this is the content they don't want you to see, it's like, is it the content that they don't want you to see, or is it the content that you don't want people to see? That's the question.
Well, I don't
Rumble
think
ain't that big.
Yeah, no, like I think I got like I went to it. He's got like 8 views on like the stuff, and like half of it's me, you know. But I think it's funny. He's directing all his new legitimate like 1 point something K subscribers. He's like, look at this channel, and no one's going there.
Hey, guess what? I here's what I want to do. I want to see how he can do this legal. If thing is legal. I want to test the legal process. Well, there's a suspicion that he bought his subs. You know.
You
Yeah,
better be careful because if you just suggest that, apparently Wally's going to take you to court somehow. That was another good threat. He said all the anonymous guys like you on YouTube, he was going to reach out to I guess the NSA and get a Freedom of Information Act. Like he figured out a way to like uncover all the secret identities. He's like, and I'm putting one out and hidden's on the list. He's like, I'm going to contact the federal government to get me information.
I don't comply with the federal government on CDC guidelines, let alone with my family. What makes them think that
it's not even that? It's like he's thinking the federal government's going to be like, oh, you want to harass somebody on YouTube? Here's their personal information. And Wally has a history, like his old channel was taken down for harassment, bullying, and threatening people. And he's like, hey, federal government, can you give me information of people that I hate online? Like, no.
They're not going to do that. I mean, in fact, I'm gonna flat out say it. I think his subscribers may be bought.
Yeah, well, nothing has like he gets a lot of views as memes, but when you go to his his live streams, same crew, you know, his views, his regular videos, same views. So nothing's changed, but his subscriber base went up. Oh, we got Hebrew Spaceman. What's going on, Hebrew?
What up, everybody?
We were
I
just
can't
talking
cam
about
up yet because I have a guest staying with me.
Oh,
Sorry.
You're gonna subject them to this nonsense? That's embarrassing.
And that's my ugly kids.
Okay. They're fans, I think.
Oh, big time. They're watching Better Call Saul, so as soon as that's done, then I can cam up.
Yeah,
oh, that's right. New episode today.
No, it was 2 days ago.
I wanted to see how far he can go by saying that. You know,
By saying what? What I missed?
but by saying his subscribers are bought.
Who's Wally's? No. Dan's no. I mean, Dan, you're up to what, like a million?
Totally legitimate, and obviously not paid by cash. Or not.
I love that he was like, "I'll show you my checking account, and that'll prove something." He's so defensive. He obviously bought subscribers.
Well, those are
he's
receipts.
taking us to jail.
$9.75 he has in his checking account, and all the things he has on layaway at Walmart.
I can't help but think like he bragged about sending baby mama $400.
Oh.
Would it have been 500 if he didn't buy subscribers?
Well, just that number, right? It's like my Hail Mary. I sent her. It's just like such a strange thing. $400, and after 6 years, she refused to just acknowledge it. Not even a thank you.
I'm surprised. It's like I'm betting he owes her like thousands, and he's like, "Here's 400. Thanks, I guess."
The demented state of mind. $400, and we're gonna wipe the last 6-7 years and my assault clean. Like,
yeah. Well, they're all wrong. You just got to listen to the eyewitness from the guy who admits he was drunk that night. You just ignore the police, ignore her,
but he was never committed of a crime. He never went to jail. Right? Yeah. If he was, then he wouldn't be able to live stream or anything.
He doesn't drink alcohol. He never said he was going to blow his brains out. Yeah,
but
sure.
But yet there are documented cases of him saying of making threats, and Sifu Black Iris trying to console him
Yeah.
and not basically jumping off of the deep end.
Well, he
and
takes what we
basically-
say and he extrapolates, right? We never said he tried to kill her necessarily. We never said he was convicted. We said he was arrested. I have a very detailed list of the charges that were levied against him. We know he pleaded down to disorderly conduct. So, but we never said, hey, Slippery. We never said he was convicted of it. We never said he was
Hey,
a
guys, what's
felon.
up?
We said he was arrested.
What's going on,
And he
man?
was
We hear
charged
you.
with
Hey,
stuff.
Dan, what's going on?
Yeah, we just repeat like public knowledge, like I, and he flips out, just like when he
It's
said,
not
you
boxing,
bought
is it?
subscribers, and he's like, you have to prove that. You
No,
don't have
it's
to prove
on the
anything.
police blotter. It's on the police blotter. We
Yes.
didn't know the case number, and I could show it to everybody and dox him, but no.
Just everyone calls
Hey,
Kevin
Pounder.
Gramps, but I'm actually a grandfather. So, like, again, get your facts straight, MAGA Army. You ignore the facts, guys. Jesus.
But it's all been his subscribers. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, when it comes to the I was listening to you guys a little bit. I had to do a couple of things before I came in, but with the subscriber thing, like, all of a sudden his subscriber count, and his channel, his backup channel, like, had 100 subscribers, and it was like this soft, floating, linear type of thing, and then all of a sudden it went boom like this.
Right.
Come on, that's
Nobody.
I'm so glad Penny's back.
You know-
Penny made a big announcement. I've had enough of this drama. Penny, come on.
If it
You
walks
love it,
like a
like
duck,
us.
it talks like a duck, it flies like a duck, it's a duck. Wally, you bought the subscribers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just
if you
obvious.
look at his viewers, like, he gets like a lot of likes on his memes and shit, but the views on his thing for like having 1,200 subs is still like 60, 70, 100, right? It's like,
Typically.
Yeah, nothing's changed when it comes to that.
When he had the other
Typically-
channel with like 1,800 subscribers, after you hear, I guess, I don't know, maybe the ones he bought, I don't know if they're real or they're bots or whoever they are, but I'm listening like yesterday, and he did a live stream with the UN Agenda 21, and
he
it's-
bought books with our taxpayer
Yeah,
money.
yeah. And he bought books, right? And he's like, we have a lot of people watching, and he says like 100. And then I looked.
Yeah, it was 9 or
No,
11.
no, it started out as 40, and then in 7 minutes it went to 20 and hovered around 20, and then after like a half hour it was back down to his 11 jerks again. Like,
Wow,
always the same.
40.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It started
The
at
thing
40.
is-
Yeah. But he said somehow. He said it was going to be 100 or something before it even was like started to get rolling. He said, I have 100 people here, and I'm looking at it. It's only 40. So I don't know. I don't know what package, or I kind of looked at this a little bit. Like, I don't know what package he purchased as far as subscribers and likes and all that. But look, it's our tax dollars at work. So
Yeah.
I mean, at least
You know what it was? He rented viewers for 20 minutes.
Hidden, you sound good now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you sound good.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's
I took the
crazy.
tape off the mic. I realized it was covered.
Holy crap, that's your real voice?
It's
Something like that.
crazy.
He always just has a very good microphone. I don't think he's disguising his voice.
It actually
the
sounds
first
really
thing-
good for what is it, an iPad you're using? It sounds good.
It's Samsung.
It's actually funny. He
baby.
bought these books, but yet he
Penny.
still feels to not pay for his baby. Oh, wait a minute. Is it true that his baby mama's already then moved on and is married?
don't
or
know.
dating?
We've heard
suspect,
stories.
but we
Yeah,
can't
that,
confirm.
yeah. I know a Kmart investor, or no, it wasn't Kmart investor. It was somebody else in one of the live stream was asking about baby mama, and he got teary eyed, and same old thing all the time.
Yeah, apparently someone said in the chat, like, I guess Nightbot didn't catch it, but somebody got through and said, do you think she's moved on? And Wally was like, I can't even acknowledge that. Like, he doesn't.
Right,
he doesn't even know.
that might be a thing.
Which I would find out before I gave her $400, because like Slippery said, she probably went out to dinner on Wally.
Wow, so he's cucking himself.
she moved. Yeah,
Penny, what do you mean? Yeah, she moved on. So what? Don't tell us. Tell your boss. He's the
Tell
one
your buddy.
who thinks he's getting her
He's
back.
cucking. He's cucking himself.
Cucking.
He sends her $400. I mean, is that? I don't know. I don't
What a
know.
random thing.
Like she gets $400. Oh, okay.
$407.32.
She's gonna open the envelope and look at the U.S. postal money order and say, "Oh, from Wally, love me again, baby." And he says, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure, yeah, that's gonna happen." What a ridiculous thing.
The note's gonna go.
There was probably a note with it, and that's what the $400 for was. Like, read this.
The note goes
kids
in the
like
trash.
15
The
now?
$400 goes to dinner.
That's a good question. How old are his kids? I'm trying to think.
But,
I know his kid was just born in like 2015, 16, maybe.
Oh, the kid's at least a teenager. That's kind of humiliating. You know what? It's kind of humiliating watching your dad literally slowly break down on the internet.
Penny, we agreed with this. Amazing.
Penny,
He's gonna
Penny's
finally
last
get his
comment
kids to come over, and they won't fit in those beds.
They gotta curl up. Dad.
Yeah. Like
I
the
have
kids are
just
like,
the Paw Patrol toys for you children.
Yeah.
That's the other. Like he in the live stream, he was like, "I have unopened toys from 6 years ago." It's like they're not gonna play with Legos anymore. Like they're grown kids.
And his
Right.
new audience doesn't
Like-
know any of this, right? It's all new to them. This is all brand new.
That's what the
we've heard it all
videos
before.
are for us. Like, fuck you, and then it's for the new people. Let me tell you the story. It's like he's done this. I remember watching him do this for the Manosphere guys. He was like, "Let me tell you the saga of Wally." Here we go.
But if you like this Queen Ma'at or this Maurice Delk, and they jumped in, but I think they just do it as a courtesy because they don't really interact in the chat, and then they jump out again. But if they watch these hours of live stream, they got to think that this guy is he's lost it. I mean, the live streams are nothing more than just like this whole rant, the rant that you always hear, the green-haired, purple-haired, blue ring in the nose, and these guys and WinterCon. How many times can you hear WinterCon that story? I
think all the other right-wing stuff they're down with. But I think I think Wally, I could see him trying to reel it in because I think he knows, like, okay, I kind of fucked my Manosphere days because I kept on like obsessing about the trolls. So I could see he tries to stay on task more.
But he
may
won't.
be learning. We don't know.
He'll fail.
Yeah, it's a matter of time. They're gonna get sick of him.
I mean, keep in mind he's live streamed for like 19 hours over the last 3
Oh
days.
my God!
And it was only like 3 days ago where he was freaking out on me that I cammed up and you and gonna do it. It was like 3 days ago, right? It seems like a lifetime ago in Wally time.
My favorite part is like he got drunk. It's amazing that live stream is still up. I saw Hidden actually reviewed it on a 4-letter Friday. But like Wally, he's obviously drunk, and the next day he's like, I was very tired when I made that. It's like, dude, it was Friday night. You're drinking with your pals. And my favorite part of that is he starts talking about his enemies, and he gets to the part he's talking about Garage Autonomist, and he goes, and he's got his black daughter, and he goes, oh, I better stop. Like he caught himself. He's like, oh, I better not be racist because I'll get in trouble again.
Does he at all mention me in his very affectionate way?
I think he did.
I think so. Yeah, I think he does. Yeah,
I know he mentioned Hidden because I told Hidden. He was like, "Oh, that Canadian, not a traitor." Like everyone is like, "Oh, they betrayed him." It's so dramatic.
He's so delusional because, like, he mentioned he's going to do a Freedom of Information Act request,
please.
a FOIL request, right?
Yeah.
Who do you go for that for Hidden? Who do you go for that for Red Pill in the Wind? Where do you go for that? I mean, like, if you're in a small town or you're in a town or in the city of New York and you want to get like plans or requests for building permit plans, or those are a matter of public. But who do you go to say, where do you write to say, I need to find out who the hidden MGTOW is? YouTube, it can't be compelled to tell you because FOIL only applies to government entities. So
and he he has a history of harassing people on YouTube. Like his old channel is like harassment, bullying, and threatening, and it was removed.
The funny thing about it is, if he gets my face somehow,
it's not a thing.
It's going to add popularity to me.
Absolutely.
It's a fantasy. Like the federal government isn't going to give a man information so he could, like, Hidden, don't camp up.
No, Hidden, here he comes. Here he is.
Can you see me?
Dad,
can
my tape.
can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
hear you now.
Yeah, yes.
what's up?
Oh my God, hidden
Red
cammed up
Pill,
for this. May be
Gabriel,
a
Slippery. We need to
Hey, what's
talk,
going on,
man.
Savage?
We
Savage,
need
you
to
tried
talk.
to email me. Do it again. You don't have
Dude,
my email.
I used your
Oh.
AOL.
Yeah. I didn't see anything. I looked through it. I looked through my spam folder. Send it again.
Is there a way I
It might
can
be a
give you
little
my-
slow. It's AOL.
It's probably
you
in
know?
the spam filter because it came from Savage Cock something or other, and I was like, "Ah, this is garbage."
Did you see,
Is
did
there,
you
is
manage
there a way I
to
can
get
get
the
you my
video?
number?
Say it again.
Is there a way I can get you my number?
Uh-oh.
Send
Don't
it in
give
the
out your
email.
number. It'll be a nightmare.
Don't do it on.
Broken.
I would- I would definitely say if you're on a Facebook group with Dan King and Slippery, I would send it because that would be the most safest way.
I don't have a Facebook, dude. I stay away from gossip and drama.
Well, just like or email me, email that Wally whatever, and we'll have like a line of communication.
Yeah, we'll get
it. Can you post
it's in the
email?
isn't it in the bottom or is it one of Dan's videos? He
If
always
you look
has
at the description, it's like Maga Wally fan at Gmail.
Oh, okay,
maybe
okay.
Don't quote me. It's in there. Just you can click on it. Boom.
It's crazy. Yeah. A face that only a mother can love.
Penny
Right.
wants your phone number, Savage. Yeah, Savage,
See,
you should be ashamed of yourself, man. You made Wally cry. Did you see that live stream? He couldn't even look. He couldn't even look at your. He was like looking at it.
Give me a moment,
and
guys.
He was
Yeah,
doing this, like his eyes were darting around. He's like, guys, I can't. Like it was like he was looking at like his mother's corpse or something. That was the way he was reacting, and it was like words on the screen. Like, dude,
Man, I really do believe we should be playing clips of that and break it down like line by line. That
Right,
line.
hold on.
It was
got
one of the best. Yeah. Somebody put it up on archive.org just so we're not hiding it.
Did you see
no hiding your crimes.
It was one of the best. It was one of the best.
It was really good. He talked about the no contact order.
Oh, this is the drunken one. We don't want the drunken one. We want.
But the no contact order. Did you see how he twisted that around? First of all, courts in North Carolina have no jurisdiction over New York State residents. But he must have went down there, and the way he said it, he said, "Oh well, these men didn't show up." How are we supposed to know when to show up? We weren't served. What? Because
we were unservable.
So he said, "Oh, it was dismissed because we didn't show up." I wish all court cases with that. If you don't show up, it's dismissed.
That made me laugh too.
Yeah,
like that's a little bit of a loophole, don't you think?
Yeah, that's great.
Just don't go to court.
The next time I get a speeding ticket, I'm not just going to show up because it gets dismissed in the world of Wally. That's how ignorant. He's such an ignorant fuck. It pisses me off.
Well, on the paperwork that he filled out, there's a check mark. It's like, this crime happened in North Carolina, right? And he was like, yup. And it went all the way to a judge, and the judge is like, why did you check the box?
I guarantee you he went to the clerk or whoever was there, and he bothered them so much that they said, okay. They probably told him, look, it doesn't apply. And he bothered them so much. Okay, here, fill it out. And
take this and get out of my office.
And waste your fucking time, because when it gets to the judge, you're going to waste your time. And that's what happened. So this is great.
Thanks for the blank background too, Maga Man.
I like the previous live stream where he was drunk and all that stuff, but
hey, I got a question. Did you get the video where I basically used, does it hurt when it touch your belly multiple times over and over again?
What's going on, everyone? Please bear with me here. I did not have a
He's very sad.
I love this.
good night of sleep.
He didn't get a lot of sleep. Savage, this is all your fault. Oh, Savage disappeared. That's right, Savage. You should leave. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I could not for the life of me actually believe that was the reason that triggered him. I mean, I was saying to you, Dan, I don't know.
Look, his eyes are wet. Jesus Christ, Wally. God. And also he was making it like, because Savage left that comment, we're all gunning for him. And Savage was like, hey, you know what you guys should do? It was like, there's no conversation. But now that he's so upset, maybe we should, go after him. Sorry, I thought this would kick in faster.
We gotta use the disclaimer. If you can't tell by my face, I'm completely drawn out, I'm exhausted, I'm tired.
And then 5 minutes later, he'll put another live stream how he's like on fire.
I did not really sleep at all last night.
That's so bipolar.
A good friend of mine messaged me earlier today with certain things that were sent to me I'll get into that a little bit, but I want to say, first, thank you guys for helping the channel to get back to at least the beginning of where my old channel used to
No
be.
need to thank your
Yeah,
subscribers.
don't do, yeah, right.
And in the middle of it, I'll be like, and best you
Intimidate
give
me,
me likes,
threaten me,
give me
shut me
likes.
up,
Yeah.
spin my words, and spin my videos. Today I stand my ground again, saying that I've never been convicted of a major crime or anything like that. I've never done anything illegal here, no matter what people try to say. If I did, I wouldn't even be on camera right now. I don't have a criminal record down here in North Carolina.
That's
These
right.
accusations about
I don't
me
have a
are
criminal
frivolous,
here in
outrageous,
North Carolina.
Slanderous. But I'm going to wait for a little bit before I get into this.
His
You
bullshit
cannot tell
argument
I
that
am
if he was
absolutely
arrested of
drained
anything, then
and
he
tired
wouldn't be on
because,
YouTube ever again. It's like, that's nonsense.
If you guys saw my community page, you will see again that I have been attacked again once more.
Oh God, attack!
By the same group of people. I
We came up behind him with a
held
club.
back mentioning the fact that I had alternate social media for this reason. That I wanted to make sure that I reached
5D checkered.
1,000 subscribers and more, which now the algorithm is finally starting to catch up now. So
You
the
mean
numbers
the
will be
subs you bought are finally
correct
catching
as
up?
time goes
Yeah,
on, as
yeah.
the algorithm finally does what it does. So,
The algorithm.
don't really pay attention to the current numbers that are up there. Last night, all you guys
He
saw
must
it
have emailed
happen
them
in
1,000
real time.
times the outfit that
And,
sells the subscribers. He must have emailed them 1,000 times saying, "When am I going to get my 1,000? When am I going to get my 1,000?"
Right.
Tortured them.
Just be patient. The numbers will eventually catch up. I believe right now, it was originally showing 1,000, I believe 1,011 subs, and then the algorithm
You know
dropped
exactly,
that
Wally.
back
Come
down
on.
Dude, I love that music in the
to
background.
950.
It's his
And
music.
since last night, little by little, those numbers are starting to catch up. So
theme
you should
music.
start seeing the real numbers here before the end of today, I hope.
Does he actually think that any of his subscribers is
I
like
wanted
waiting
to
with
talk
bated
about
breath?
this
Oh, it's
because this
at
is
987, 988.
You know, other
Have
real
patience.
channels, when they do that, they have like a giveaway when they reach like a half a
It is
million
disturbing
or a
because,
million. Wally's just like, everybody's just cheering for him to get his 1,000.
And he started that live stream at 890, and he somehow knew he was gonna get
I'm looking at my
like
community
12%
page right
more
now.
subscribers in an hour.
You guys saw
Again,
the
like, come on, what are you
post
doing?
So predictable. So
that I
predictable.
left on my community page, and I uploaded a video about this as well. That I am being extorted and blackmailed.
No.
And,
No, you're not.
Jesus, Wally.
that should I dare speak up against these individuals, that
They
they
will
are
fight me
going
in court.
to use videos
That
that
I
I've
am taking them
uploaded on my old
Petty,
YouTube
come on.
channel. All of which I've spoken about 1,000 times already, and I just mentioned here in this live stream. If I ever committed like a crime here
Thanks, Hank.
where I live, I probably would not even be on YouTube, to be honest with you. And that hasn't happened, no matter what these men, how they try to construct these narratives. None of that has happened. So, but they just want me arrested because they said
Arrested.
they want me to
Oh, maybe
burn
that's why he's
because
scared. He
they
thinks he's
said
getting
so.
arrested.
I had someone message me this morning. I'm not going to mention who it came from.
Kmart.
Where it came
Kmart.
from,
Plastic in
what
the
was
tree
said.
or pounder.
I
Blast
now have
command.
evidence that they are going to attempt to attack my income and my resources. I'm not going to
Yes.
say where this came from. The
That's
screen
savage.
capture was sent to me this morning.
One comment, and he's crying. Shame on you, Savage.
They are again
I love it.
We all do. Thank
to
you.
go to my leasing office again.
Right. I made him make a video about my comment.
You know, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy.
Again, if you looked at that post and you looked at the video I uploaded this morning, you have to realize that these guys started this war with me first.
And you still don't
And it
have
continues to go on.
locked the comment section.
War. It's a
Where's
war.
the comment
And it has
section?
left me emotionally drained at this point. I really did not sleep last night.
Oh.
Wally, stop bullying people on social media.
After I did that live stream, after I wrapped all this stuff up, the camera and the lights,
1,000 subscribers.
everything else, my phone started going off. I started getting emails around 4-ish.
He's such a victim.
And that's when I started seeing the messages
Attacks,
come in.
wars.
And that's what you see on my community page, that again, they're attempting to hold me hostage.
No.
And threatening me should I go to court that they are going to retaliate.
Yeah.
This is a
Imagine
war.
the nerve of those guys. I just want to take up a court a little bit. Why are you coming at me? I'm just gonna sue you a little bit.
It's clear who this is based on what's written in these messages.
Oh, he thinks it's
And
slippery, he
it's
said.
clear who posted these videos that
Same
I saw.
way he thought you were slippery.
He just
I've been able
never
to
gets
defend
it.
myself when it comes to the fact that no, I
Just
am
like
not a
Antifa, it's an
racist.
idea, not a person.
That narrative died
We
a
are
long
all
time
slippery.
ago. And again, even today,
I'm Spartacus.
despite my feelings towards this, I watched a car rant, so to speak. And
He's
it's not
talking about my
quote,
video, everybody.
again,
Yeah,
playing the
you actually were in the car, so yeah, no quotes.
That
Car
narrative
rant.
actually
Sorry, it
makes
should have been a
that
vehicle
these
rant.
Men are so obsessed with me, all because I spoke up about things that took place in New
All
York.
because I went to
And
the
they've
authorities
literally
and put their
injected
names
themselves
in a
into my
database
personal
and
life.
went to the
That's
feds.
a fact. When you're
And
calling
threatening to
my
sue
phone,
them every
I
other
have the
day.
voicemail.
These guys won't leave me alone.
You know,
When
it's crazy.
when you're calling my leasing
started out
office, I
with
should say,
that
and you're sending me threatening emails.
Now you've got
And
Dead
see, what I
King
like is how
Slippery.
these guys play the victim. So if I were to post those emails, if I were to post certain things, they would immediately flag it, which is why I created the backups.
Oh, Dan, don't we have
You
to
already-
change where
you
you
already
use
did
every
that,
12
yeah.
seconds in order for this to be okay?
Oh,
that?
So they want me to put that stuff out there so they can flag it to give them an excuse to take the channel down. I'm not naive.
No,
But,
jump off.
again, like I said, you actually see literal extortion taking place.
No, no, that's not extortion. No.
Extortion. What a
I am
dick.
literally being extorted and
No.
blackmailed into silence. At least that's what they're trying to
What
do.
does he think? You're trying to sue him for
Yeah.
fucking disability
And if
check?
you-
But meanwhile, Wally said, "Take down your channel and take
Right.
down your comments, or I'm gonna sue you." What do you
And
call that?
It's emotionally
Blackmail,
beginning to take its toll on me now at this point
extortion.
because when I was sent this morning from somebody that saw this one particular post that now they've announced, or at least they're beginning to propagate the idea to attack the source of my income. It has got to a point where now it is absolutely imperative that I take action sooner than later. When you are set to destroy a life,
No.
I should have queued up this sad music right then.
when you're actually that set to destroy somebody's life because you think it's fun,
Says the guy who's made 800
it's
videos
become
about suing his
a
enemies
detriment to me
and
now,
come to New York
where again,
to pew
I am
pew
under
them.
assault.
It just says only
Remember,
B11
these men
Antifa need
created
to be
fake
removed
Facebook
from the
profiles
chessboard.
about
Now
me
he's like, they're
on
coming
Facebook.
after a life,
They
guys.
falsely accused me of being a child abuser. They've accused me of being a fraud and a scam artist and a con artist.
Yes, yes.
But they don't want you to see
yes.
my
No
evidence
doubt about
that I
it.
posted publicly.
Yes.
All the redacted stuff that I have, the paperwork, everything. The screen captures that I have with certain guys associating with members of Antifa.
That's GA. That's
Certain
Garage
guys in
Autonomous.
Manosphere, for
Oh,
yeah.
example.
What crime is that?
Whatever
associating
happened to
with
Wally's little vote with
But
the Proud
I
Boys?
must interpret
Me and
this.
GA hang out every other
um,
Monday. We make Molotov cocktails on the,
I must
on the
interpret
table.
You clean your
these
AK-47s.
threats
Yeah,
as
yeah,
a
we get
direct
all ready for the
threat
Civil
to my
War.
personal
Yeah.
safety.
You know, I still can't. He still doesn't have a comment
When you are
section
attempting
on
to
his,
blackmail me and extort me into silence,
anything.
I must
Blackmail?
speak up about this.
Actually, if you're getting
Judging
blackmailed,
by the
usually
nature
you
of the
don't talk
videos
about
that I
it because
saw,
you'll
it's
get
clear that
blackmailed,
this is
you
Kevin
know.
Colbert again.
Uh-oh, there he is. He doxed me again.
Doxing. Proof of doxing. You heard it, guys.
I was encouraged to watch another rant video
In quotes.
where, again, Mr. Dan King tries to play the victim.
Ha!
In their attempts to shut my channel down. This is,
How many
it
personalities
is
do you think
becoming
live in his
a
head?
hindrance on my personal life.
Oh, he only has one. It's like a one-dimensional.
I must interpret
Like he
this
always
as
know
a
what he's
personal
gonna
threat
do.
to
He's
my
just
health and
dumb.
safety.
He's like a poorly written character in a
Um,
movie.
Yeah,
Doesn't have
exactly.
But what I
There's,
saw with this one
zero
thing that
depth
he
to
shared
his
with me this
character.
morning,
Yeah, it's like he's
Zero,
all
yeah,
predictable.
where now they are
He's like a
spinning
Frank
the idea
Burns
of
character
attacking
from
my
MASH.
resources and my income
I'm
under
gonna
false
get
pretenses.
this guy's gonna put me to sleep.
That is a direct threat to my safety and my health and my
Not like
well-being.
anything
drunken
you've
one?
done to anybody else about
Um,
painting Cooper Avenue with their blood, or Al Qaeda, or holes in the
yeah,
ground,
but,
or
at least in my live streams.
or abortions.
There was one where he was looking at the channel.
Not who
I
they
mean,
say.
the monitor.
Because of the spam filter.
I'm telling you, I
so
think the
to
other one
Bruce
was the one
Radford,
where
I-
he was all, where he was outing all of us and sad.
Um,
Actually, was he sad in this one? I think the other one was better, honestly.
Which was the other one? The other one was like 6 hours though.
Oh, I know. But that's why, thank God,
Oh,
somebody
never
uploaded
lose
it
faith.
archived.
3.5 hours.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, yeah.
We'll fire it up. We'll fire it up and go to a random place and see what he's saying.
You know what's one of the
Here
Do
things?
you
go,
need
ready?
a link to it, or
I'm
do
going
you
about
have...
a third in.
might not work with certain guns and certain barrels because
Nah,
of
boy,
these.
let's go a little further.
For. I don't remember where I put it.
Yeah.
Occupied is guilty of a Class E felony,
Oh, there's.
which
oh,
I
there's-
just did not
That's
commit.
why he
by
thinks
the way.
it's
That's
funny.
a lie.
He expects his audience to read that.
Any person who willfully or wantonly discharges a weapon described in subsection A of this into an occupied dwelling or into an occupied vehicle, aircraft, watercraft, or other conveyance that is
Subsection A,
that is
guys.
in operation is guilty of it. I'm right. I am right. They are wrong.
Can you pause this there for
Yeah,
a second?
it's like 12.
We just have to be clear. Nobody said it's illegal, Wally, except for the shooting the rifle. What we said was it's a violation of your lease. You rent the property. You don't
Well, he's also
own
talking
the
about.
property.
He also is talking about the guns that are 600 feet per second
Right.
or less. He's like, I could do it. It's like in my video, I said, tough guy, whip out your big Gammo, the 1300 feet per second Gammo, and fire that fucking thing. But you know, he won't do
we
that.
never said that you can't shoot guns in your in your house. You just can't shoot them in somebody else's apartment.
But I can't imagine a lease, and he said in one of his things, there's nothing in my lease about it. Well, who would write such a thing in a lease? But there's got to be, I mean, like you can't shoot air. That's like saying
Right.
the Pope is
Yeah.
Catholic. Obviously, you can. You know,
You
I
can't
mean,
poop on every
don't-
floor. In the
Don't set
Yeah,
your
right,
pets
right.
on fire.
right, right.
Don't
right.
shit
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
living room.
Yeah, don't run
like-
with don't run with scissors. You know,
Don't take a
But-
pickaxe to the walls. Like,
you know, was an interesting thing about HS that we talked about this behind the scenes with HS, the thing where he was where Jump Pluff or Kmart Investor, like Wally talked about it, he's like, and they attacked him and they all went after this man and they did
Yeah.
this and now he's on my side. And I'm like, when
it's
did this
always
happen?
sides.
I heard HS, tell him
Hebrew
like,
scared him off. Yeah,
it was like
Hebrew's
like,
fault.
yeah, but Hebrew said
You know
like,
what? He's got his big boy pants on, and he's playing a game. and
exactly.
we
Of
know
course,
that.
we know he's playing a game. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I think Jump Pluff was like fine. He was just having like an argument. I don't think he wants to be a cop, so he should get
Jump
get
Off is
over
like the
getting
guy I
yelled
knew
at.
in high school who would go to two different people and go, "Hey, he
I'm
called
gonna
you."
leave y'all to
Yeah.
it. I got some chicken nuggets and barbecue sauce that I got to get to, and I also got to get me some sleep and dream about seeing my kids that I have not seen for 7 years. Wait a minute, I don't have.
That's somebody else. Where
Oh,
are you
that's
getting the
somebody
nuggets
else.
from? What place?
I think I'll go to McDonald's this time.
McDuck
Yeah, you
Classic.
got to go to the
All right.
source. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, McDonald's. Tell them don't worry about the box. Don't even bother putting them in the box. Just throw them directly in the bag.
That's it.
What kind of dipping sauce do you usually get? We're gonna dox,
let's
we're
guess.
gonna
Let's
dox
guess.
Red Pills.
I
dipping
bet
sauce.
you he's.
The,
I bet
barbecue?
you're a barbecue man.
I do like barbecue, but
Yeah,
I
exactly.
also like honey mustard.
That,
You know,
Switch it up.
Okay, all right, there it is.
you gotta switch it up. You know, instead of using mustard, try using honey mustard. You get better results.
That's sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar.
Don't be such a sour little prick.
did you guys see that video Wally made about his authoritarian voice?
Not particular. I mean, he's had so much content.
Oh my God!
I
yeah.
honestly,
Yeah,
I think the last
I'm
time I did a little
behind
like
too.
Saturday. He's he's got nothing else to do but this. He's on camera like 10 hours a day.
Yeah, he had that agenda, whatever he had. It was part 1 and part 2. It's like,
Yeah,
21.
I listened on my way home. I listened to like part 1, and I'm listening to him reading from it, and I'm thinking to myself, like it's almost like a conspiracy theory the way he tries to frame it, and without getting political, I'm listening to it, and it's talking about like women being able not like it's inferring like in some Muslim countries like women aren't treated as equals, and
Right,
it's
a war
trying
on
to
men.
yeah, it's trying to promote a policy of inclusion with women, and that women, aren't just, in a lot of Muslim countries are just not like objects and would be able to drive. And it's trying to promote women's rights. I didn't see anything radical. I listened to it, and I didn't think it was anything like over the top or radical. Like
Joe Biden's trying to remove your penis, Slippery. That's what's going
Did you
on.
pick up the way he pronounced it, like society or something like that? Did you pick up? He was saying some strange shit
at the very beginning. At the very beginning, like the first line of this thing, the word they used was envisage, right? And he could not pronounce the word correctly. So he's starting off where he's saying he's got these 100 subscribers or these 100 people listening, and he starts off by saying envisage. And I'm thinking to myself, if you're somebody listening to this guy, the fucking jerk is reading line number 1 of like this policy statement that he's supposed to be able to give you commentary
and the
on,
camera's,
and he fucked it up.
The camera's him looking at his screen, and he turns the camera to the screen, and you could it's just chicken scratch. He's like, look, like real professional
Wally.
There, buddy.
Typical Wally. Typical Wally.
In his defense, I don't think his free computer can handle the software, so maybe that's the problem.
I mean, there's just so many things that have happened since the last Dogpile. I like make notes, and one of the things that we talked about, Ken, and I think
it's been overwhelming. Actually, it's been impressive.
But one of the things that I just can't get out of my head is Wally in the CMPD precinct or whatever they call it down there having a panic attack, and
that was new. That was new.
Yeah,
info.
that was we never heard.
Wait,
about
I
that.
didn't hear this. What?
Yeah, he mentioned it that he was at the CMP police station
recently
when he went to, no, this is when something that he attributed it to to Dan or something like that, or Dan must have
was it the leasing office, maybe?
Something with the leasing office, and they must have talked to him. They must have got in contact with him.
And he collapsed.
And they didn't like the idea. I'm sure they didn't like the idea of the guys doing stupid, crazy shit in their apartment. So they must have talked to him to try.
According to him, they're fine with it.
Oh, well.
Look who it is.
What's going on, guys?
The turn.
I can hear you laughing. I can hear you laughing.
Oh, here I got a little video. Here we go.
Ready? Investor. I did read your message to me.
Here we go.
I did not read it out loud publicly because I want to respect, your privacy. But I told you so. Did I or did I not?
Anyway, I'm
told
a plant
you so.
now, though.
You'll have to answer in open court for this.
Yes, court, buddy. Lawyer up.
Anyway, I'm actually a plant right now, supposedly from Penny. I'm a plant. Anyway, I did want to jump in here for a minute and ask you guys something about the 9/11 fraud stuff. We jump on that real quick.
Okay.
You guys are chill with that. All right. So I've still decided, like he says, I'm on his side. I'm still not on anybody's side because I don't like picking sides. Anyway, that's for the record, by the way, if he's watching.
Well, that doesn't work in Wally's world
that's
away.
Libel.
But go
He's
on.
Gonna have to answer in open
It's
court
all
for that.
sides.
It's libel.
Anyway, so I want to
There's
talk
no
about the
gray
9/11
area.
fraud today. Okay?
Notice I'm staying quiet through this. Go have fun.
You're good. You can scream at me again.
Dude, you got your big boy pants on. You can handle it.
Hey.
Anyway, so the 9/11 fraud, right? So I believe I looked at like the different things, right? You remember when I first came on here and I was like, yo, maybe he meant this, and you guys, didn't like that, correct?
He meant
what?
So if you look up like what 9/11 first responders, right? It applies to everything from EMTs to police officers to volunteers, workers, anything that helped on ground zero is required in that compensation letter where you can like do what he has. Can actually
that's not accurate. A first responder is someone who's like they would have had to go to ground zero. So it does cover like maintenance people if part of their job was you're like in charge of I don't know, like maintaining the subways, and they like your job says you have to go there, but Wally's just a plumber who decided on his own to go down there.
So I did look at a few videos.
The thing that he's talking about is this World Trade Center compensation program,
There you
and
go,
he's probably got Barish and McGarry that does all the that does a lot of that stuff in New York, and they advertise, and the advertisement is anybody who was below Canal Street between 9/11 and May of that year, and that could be students, teachers, maintenance workers. Anybody who was absolutely there. So he represented himself as a first responder, which was bullshit. He did it. He did it.
If you look what under those guidelines, what they are, it's considered a volunteer first responder is what it's considered. That's what in like the
by
actual
whom?
text.
By who's?
Well, the paperwork is almost like irrelevant.
By whom?
It's not
So,
his paperwork isn't really relevant to like what we say.
Have you ever heard of John Field? You heard of John Field, the Feel
Yes,
Good
I've heard of him
Foundation?
before.
Wally wears his shirts all the time.
Right.
Dan King went into his group and said, would a first responder? And I'm not saying that he's running the Feel Good Foundation. So, I mean, he would be somebody who you would ask what that qualifies for. There was never a doubt in anyone's mind what a first responder is, except all of a sudden Wally's trying to walk it back. He asked, and there you go. A plumber went down to ground zero on 9/12 and helped a bucket brigade for a few days. Are they considered a first responder? They are considered responders, not first responders, which is reserved for cops, firefighters, EMT, or FBI. Wally knew that. He went down to Zuccotti Park. He made up a sign to garner sympathy, calling himself
So I
a
do
first
need to
responder.
know if there's two different signs he has. 'Cause I did deep research into this dude, and I do want to know when these two pictures were taken. There's one where he does the video, and then there's another one with a green sign. You know which one came first?
There's one where
video of Zuccotti Park, or
he has the video was uploaded. I think November 7th, 2011. That's when he has the table with the green sign, and he's telling a reporter, "I'm a first responder." And I think he was down there for like a month, maybe doing.
Then there's another one with the green sign where it says volunteer first responder. So when was that one exactly made? When was that? Which one was first?
You think he changed the story? But like, if that's the case, why doesn't he just say, "Listen, when I made that, I didn't understand first responders. Somebody straightened me out."
That's what I believe that happened, dude. So that's what I believe.
Well, he doesn't say that. He's trying to redefine first responder. That's like he can admit he made a mistake, but he doesn't do that. He's like, "Fuck you.
But
I'm
also
still
in
a
that
first
video,
responder."
and that video wasn't done by him. That was done by somebody else. I don't know if it was a citizen, a citizen journalist, or somebody else. What he's talking to, but he says specifically, and guys like us, we ran into the World Trade Center. He didn't run into the World Trade Center. he went home. He went back the next day. He thought about it, like a lot of people. And they said, "Okay, let me take a look down there. What's going on? Maybe I can help." Nobody's taking that away from him, but he keeps calling himself a first responder that ran into the World Trade Center, and that's where I call bullshit.
Yeah, he can admit that he made a mistake, but he won't. Yeah. He's trying to redefine the fucking term first responder.
He's walking it back all the time.
Dude, come on.
Like he's come up with a couple different. He's come up with a couple different definitions of his own. He says, "Well, all those terms were commingled." No, they were never commingled. There's nobody.
And maybe on the paperwork, it's a check mark that covers all that, but that doesn't mean he is a first responder.
Who was the people? I saw there's some petitions. There's some petitions, like 3 or 4 I actually saw. One was by Walter. One was by a dude claiming that he was a fraud. Who was the one that started the fraud? He's a fraud first. Like, who's the one that made that?
People in the 9/11 community.
Those were other people in the 9/11.
That was like before our time.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with us.
That was another group of people he pissed off.
That was another group. Yeah.
Those were actual.
In fact, when I first friended Wally on social media, he was like, you know, you are friends with Walter, and then like the next day he made a 45-minute video and he's talking about like 9/11 people who want to kill him, and I'm like, what's this all about? And he piqued my interest. Like that was
JP. This is what I was trying to tell you last live stream. Like all different aspects of Wally's life have nothing to do with each other, and yet we all arrive at the same conclusion.
The
9/11 community called him a fraud. They wanted to stuff him in a trunk. They were like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" I'm serious. This wasn't us.
He said,
This was years before I met him.
You know,
and yet they
and-
came
and-
to the same conclusion we did.
And he was
And his
doing the same.
story-
He was taking everybody to court back then too.
His story has changed. He always says my story has stayed consistent. That's bullshit because he did a live stream. He did. I don't know if one of you guys has it. I think we have it somewhere. I got to look it up. He did
It's
a live
probably
stream.
the one from 2 years ago. Probably
It's
that
the one. It's the one. I don't know. He did it around
The body
time.
disintegrates in his hands. That one.
It was something to do with, like he said, he went there with another work guy, and he went down there, and they went together, right? And they couldn't get below this, and then the other guy went there with him, and the other guy didn't come on the weekend, but he doesn't talk about the other guy anymore. He told that whole story about him and the other guy traveled down there with the subway, one of his work buddies. But then now that guy has disappeared from the story.
That
So
guy
there's
could have filled out his MacGuffin.
Yeah, and he did.
He needed
like,
an eyewitness.
He never
Dan,
meant.
Dan, can you share your screen and type in Walter, his name, his full name on Google or no YouTube, and you'll see a video. I think it's around the time that the other one came out. It's around that time frame. Can you play that video for us?
Let me see. Walter.
Yeah, type in his full, like it's just his name. Don't have to type his middle or anything. It's his name, and you'll see a video from like 10 plus years ago.
Jump. Did you ever see the video from the honest and trustworthy Walter, whose word is beyond reproach about the time he threw away all his 9/11 stuff?
So
only to
I do
on camera, only to have it show
I believe
up
if
a
this
year
goes
later.
to like court, there's gonna be nothing settled, and I'm very honest with that with him. And also, he has lied about quite a few things. The one thing he's keeping in stone right now is that he never shot his. Now it's illegal air gun in that thing. There's videos on your Wally Crimes where it shows that he shot that expensive, that high-powered one in his.
The Pepperball 3000.
He's
And he used to shoot with lead, and the lead would turn to dust in the cookie sheet.
I wanted to get on another live stream
those
with
those
him.
videos are like, "Hey, Star Wars guys, watch what I do now." So it's like, what did he think we were gonna do?
But,
He gets
you know,
upset when we told on him. He's like, "Duh." Like,
But,
okay,
like,
I'll call.
He
Fine.
he always morphs his story into the worst degree of it. Like he says, these guys said I was never down at 9/11 at the pile or whatever it is.
No,
and then nobody ever said that. No, I said his story is suspect because it's changed over the years.
Well, I
and the
agree,
first
but-
responded thing, I don't know what his story is, and he keeps telling his story and he keeps changing. And then, but he always, it's like with his subscribers. You question his story, and he's like, "I'm going to take these men to court because his
yes,
stories
I mean,
don't pay."
I believe Walter is just a guy that needs some help. That's why I still associate with him. But listen,
So
but listen,
cute.
listen,
I love it.
but I appreciate it.
come on.
But with him, I do believe he bought. So if he wants to sue me, he can. I do believe he did. There was something suspicious. The dude, I wish the best for him. I do think there's something suspicious with that because I'm going to be very honest with everybody. So it's not this one, Dan.
Hold on.
It's going to be.
Hold on. Just look at that, though. Just look at that, right? 9/11
I
first
understand. I
responder
understand.
who
I understand.
was not granted workers' compensation. But the workers' compensation he was looking for wasn't because of 9/11. It predated 9/11 because he was saying that he couldn't work anymore because of his back. So, there's two different things that he's trying to commingle here to get to scam the system. He says that he couldn't work anymore, not because of the sarcoidosis. He talks about his back. He talks about his spondylolisthesis,
And
or
that's
whatever it is.
bullshit. I
Yeah.
can call bullshit on that.
Yeah.
So go on
He didn't
YouTube
get
and type his name
sarcoid
in.
being
You'll see it.
down there for 5 days. He didn't.
He
Share
just
the
Back is
screen
he
of
just
when he
not
was
an
throws,
in it.
issue.
throws everything up on the wall and is hoping for something to stick because I think he sucked as an employee and he didn't like the working business. I don't.
Do we have
doesn't-
proof of how long he lasted in that lumber union? Do we have
He
proof
says
of that?
He says 10 years, but how
No,
many
he says
employers did he
13
have?
in total?
He says
And I can
13
guarantee
years.
you, even if he did work to 13, whatever he's
13,
pulled out of
yes.
a Social Security is way more than he ever fucking put into the system.
But
Way
Chuck,
more.
Just let me ask you this: did you hear his thing about you, where he said you were viciously attacked on this channel, whatever it was? Is that accurate? Was that
I think-
accurate?
Can you say it
What did
again,
he-
Graham? I hear
Yes,
you.
Timmy,
What-
you
what-
worked down here during the recovery
This
effort?
one?
First week.
Yes, that
Very
one right
first
there.
week I was
That's what he
down here.
says.
Every day after work we came down. I was working on
Who's we?
125th Street, St. Nicholas Avenue, and just, my foreman at the time, Johnny Gilday, grabs my leg and he says, whoa, 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 you gotta listen to this on the radio. I really thought nothing of it. We thought maybe it was like a helicopter, and you got planes flying over here all the time, prop planes, whatever. And then we heard the second plane hit.
Guy's been wearing the
and
same
we all ran up to the
costume
roof,
for
all of us
25
guys.
years.
And we seen the smoke and all that, so By the time
Guy
the
hates
12th
New York,
rolled around
has
the
a
next
pretty
day,
thick
we
New
were
York
like, you know what,
accent.
guys, close the gang boxes, let's just go down there. And that's exactly what we did.
Okay, so
So,
guys,
you know,
close
we're
the
down
game
there,
boxes.
digging,
Let's go
digging,
down there.
digging,
Where are the
digging,
other
digging.
people that were
You know,
with him? He
both
never
me and
says
him
that.
for the first week that we were down
The video
there,
has
about
8
16,
thumbs down
17,
and no likes.
FEMA and OSHA took place over. And, you know, I mean, I seen enough with my own 2 eyes. I had to get out of there. It was enough. But, you know, it's 10 years later. You know, I've been sick for like the past 3 years. I got diagnosed with sarcoidosis. It's the same thing Bernie Mac had.
I'm sorry.
You know, unfortunately, that put me out of commission. So, you know, it's a little
But also
somber
in the other
about
video,
New
he
Zealand.
says his sarcoidosis
You know,
is
I
in
hope
remission.
Hearing that they finally got this
You know,
guy.
my former father-in-law
I'm pretty sure most guys will
retired
agree with
3
me.
years
I think
ago,
he got
4
what he
years ago as a
deserved.
physician. He had sarcoid for the
You know,
last
and I hope
20
at least the
years.
family.
I mean, it worked the whole time. Wally's
Find a
full
little
of it. Even if Wally has
I come
sarcoidosis,
down here
it's
every
minor at
September
best,
11th
and it didn't
myself.
See,
prevent
that's
him
where I have to.
Right
But anyway,
Where I
with
was
this
thinking.
video being posted and stuff like that, this is the exact story
Just
I
looking at
remember
all
him
this,
telling
man,
when it was 2 years ago when I first discovered his channel. When I first do it, this is the exact same story.
But didn't he say he was with somebody else? He said that we went down there. But now you don't hear the we part. Who were the other people that were with him? Because on that Barish and McGarry form, you have to put an eyewitness that was actually there. And he says it's some union guy who he shows a letter that wasn't down there with him. So it's not an eyewitness. It's some guy attesting to it, that just some union guy. But he said a couple of times, we went down there. Who are the other people? And
If I'm
why?
not mistaken, he in that story he told when I first found it, he said another person went down there with him. The other guy helped, and it was.
Where is that person?
But even all this,
Where
all
is
that's
that
like
person?
it doesn't apply
I
to the
was
first
there,
responder
okay?
business.
Look,
Like
there were other people I knew.
like
I
we're
was at
getting
the
off
medical
task, I think.
examiner's office the second day. Okay, they had most people marshaled, including Wally, at the Javits Center. Right? Most people didn't even get called up to do anything there. And even if Wally was there for a day or two, so were a lot of other fucking people.
He's not a first responder.
He's not a first responder.
On that John
they all
Field
didn't quit their lives for being down there for a day or
on
two.
the Feel
picking up
Good
garbage.
Foundation, like when I asked that question, there was like it started a whole shit show. There was like 50 or something comments, and people were mad that I even asked the question. If you go down there the day after 9/11, are you a first responder? People were pissed. There was one guy who's like, I didn't get a choice. It was my job to go down there, and I'm sick from it. And fuck you. And like he was mad at me for asking it. So that's the kind of anger that Wally invokes when he says he's a fucking first responder.
Dan, what about the families of the 343 firemen that died in there? They were first responders. Wally to even suggest that.
Wally's the same.
He should be strung up by his testicles for even trying to.
That's why they wanted to put him in a trunk, probably, because of that.
It's disgusting and it's a disgrace.
And like I said, Jump Love, he could say, you know, I misspoke back in the day. I made a mistake. You know, the paperwork said we were all the same. So there's a million ways he could have went, but his choice was, fuck you, I'm a first responder, and I'm going to sue all your asses.
There's
like,
no person
okay.
that walks this earth that confused a guy that came there on 9/12. He said he closed his gang box and went down there to see what he can do, and then he was marshaled at the Javits Center, maybe called, maybe not. Who knows? He, you know, like it wouldn't be the first time somebody lied about that. And confused them with a fireman or a policeman that was there the minute it happened. There's nobody that confused that, and for him to do that, that was purposefully done to garner sympathy. He's a fraud.
There's a picture with him in a green sign that says volunteer on it. Have you seen that picture yet?
I have. I'm looking at it right now.
So we could say that, right? So we could say, hey, there's some. We could give him the. Let's give the leeway. Let's give a little bit of leeway here. So let's say he doesn't know. Dan was correct about saying, hey, yo, like he should have said this. Okay, we can agree with that. So I know recently.
No, it said he said he called up John Field to see what I said to John Field. First of all, I didn't call John Field.
That must mean that Wally's right.
Like Dan says, it's like when this came up, he just walks it back. He says,
"Fess up,
first responder. I'm not a first responder. I am a first responder." Now, and then he walked it back in a couple of the live streams. He said, "Anybody that showed up down there within 24 hours is considered a first responder." Where did that come from? Is that a new standard now? I mean, his standard. He's always walking shit back when he knows he gets caught.
Like what if I went to court, Jump Bluff? My evidence is John Field, the Feel Good Foundation says no, and Lexi Wilson of WCNC Charlotte says not a first responder.
Yeah. A journalist who looked into it. Did you see? Have you seen the Lexi Wilson story that's put up? It's in print. And it's
Twice
her.
she mentions he's not a first responder.
He's not a first responder. End of story.
News reporter.
Okay, if he wants to call himself a recovery worker, but recovery workers were down there for months on end. He was down there as a volunteer for a couple of days. Actually, the story that he told me was he was there for 2 days and he came back on the third day and they wanted IDs made in order to be able to access the site. And he didn't want to have that ID done. So after 2 days, he left. That was the story he told me. But now the story has changed. There was somebody with him. There wasn't somebody with him. He was with his friend. The friend is not to be seen. That it's always morphing and changing.
Right.
So he apparently got this community card filled out with some hours. He was there for like 3 hours, and then somebody filled out a community service card or something.
Well, no, yeah,
a union guy, like a
union
later.
guy. A union guy filled out this thing about the hours that he was there. How the union guy got the information, I don't know how he could independently corroborate it other than Wally told him this, that, and the other thing. But that live stream that he did when he talked about 9/11 responders and he was with his friend and the hours that he was there and his friend was there, that's the key to this whole thing because that story is different than the original story he told.
So if you look up his name on Google, there's a few articles that I think the earliest is like 2012.
There's a lot of articles that say he's a first responder.
By the way, Jump, let me stop right here for just a second. How many people do you know are such attention-seeking whores that their entire life they manage to get in front of the camera for various news stories and an article? How many people other than celebrities does this happen to? Wally is like seeking attention any way he can get it. Any way he can get it.
He at one time. I agree with HS 100%. In one thing on Twitter, he was lambasting YouTube about something, and he said, me being he called himself a national hero. Is he a fucking national hero? He's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking moron.
And that's his whole war with me was I commented on a news site
from
and
2012 around there, that area. So what does construction? It says like union worker, right? But then it says first responder after that, right? So you said something about like has like the terms changed, has like the definition changed? I don't know. I can't see too much in the future, but
that could be you were working for a company that was in charge of going down there. Like the day of for some reason. That I've seen that. I know what you're talking about.
You know, I have a guy,
but Wally wasn't. His job was not to go down there. So him calling himself a first responder, like his boss wasn't ordering him to go down there to fix the pipes.
I know a guy that works for the phone company, and his boss called him, and he says there's a lot of all the phone lines like ran through there, and the boss said you got to go down there and you got to work on that. I mean, wouldn't you say that guy who had to go down there? And I mean, he wasn't like recovering bodies or digging for people, but he had to go down there and address the situation. Wally just meandered down there, and look, I'm not saying like what he did wasn't altruistic, but usually he's seeking some kind of attention, and he went down there and he's turned this little thing of going down there and maybe helping out a little bit. He turned this into him being a national hero, which is just ridiculous.
And then also it turns anything that he did do down there positively. Like he did. It was a noble thing. He's like, I wanted to help out. But now, since he makes it like he went down there for the glory, that's the way it looks and that's the way it sounds, and that's the part he doesn't get. If you go down there and now you're wearing swag and you got a bucket and you're like, look at me, I'm a hero, and hey, news channel, do you want to talk to a hero? It puts a stink on everything that you fucking did down there. And that's the part he doesn't get. He's still like, well, I have paperwork, so you have to acknowledge that I'm a hero.
Well, the paperwork
like,
sticks, though, to a certain extent, though. You got to realize that, too, though. So if there's actual paperwork saying, yo, like, he was down there, hey, he actually did help, that's when...
Yeah. But the paperwork...
I've never disputed that. That's the thing Wally doesn't get. I've never said that wasn't a thing. I'm mad about him calling himself a first responder.
The paperwork is self-certifying. It's not that anybody other than himself, it doesn't prove anything.
It's the union rep. It's a form letter from like a month later, like commending Wally on his service and saying he was there. There's no timesheets. There's no anything.
And the other thing that Wally doesn't appreciate is we have seen Wally lie so often that it brings... everything else suspect in his life.
Let's assume he was there. How does that take the leap that he got sarcoid from being there for a few days and having a back?
I mean, everybody's different. That's where
80%
another
of
thing I can
the
tackle here is
population,
everybody's like, I know Spaceman over here goes, you know, yo, like I know people that did this and were down there and still work, but everybody reacts to things differently, right? Just like death, everybody reacts to things differently.
I get you 100%, but let me ask you this, Jump Off. Did you hear how he represented your interaction on this show when you were here? Did you hear how he railed about it? That you were.
You call me or at least tell me.
Did you see how he mentioned it in one of his live stream? How he talked about it? That you were.
Can you show me?
You know. Dan, that's hours of live streams. But he like basically said you were attacked and that you're 100% on his side and that we're all no good and you don't believe anything
well, to be
we
fair,
say
Jump
now.
Up may have actually said that.
Well, I don't.
You never
maybe,
know. I might be a
yeah.
plant. I might be a plant on either side, like Benny says. You never know.
But
or it might be a game, like somebody said. You never know. You know. I don't know what I am anymore at the end of the day because like, it seems like every time I get on here, I'm on Wally's side, I'm on Dan's side, and then people on the Maga army over here give me death threats, and then like you know, like yo,
no,
like
the people in the
we're
Maga
all
army
talking here, man. No
Wally
one's
gave
doing
you
nothing.
threats. Wally sent
I
you the
appreciate you
first
coming
time
on
now.
and talking like a
No,
normal human.
it's cool. It's good, Jump Off.
Refreshing.
I mean, it's fine. Yeah.
Instead of getting
you know,
threatened with like lawyers and I did this and they lie like and then leaving dramatically.
I mean, I got you
That's
guys
what Wally
very close
does.
to talking to each other too, but then like I think Walter's getting a little bit suspicious, being like, I think he's on
Wally,
their side, you know.
Wally will never talk to me because the few times he's been on a live stream, he starts in with "you did this and you did that," and then I like mention
And
what
you
he
lived in
did.
15 places.
If I can
and
get
Wally
if I,
just
if I can
abandoned.
get
He like
Walter
bails because
to
he can't.
agree, if you guys can't, okay, let's see this. This is theoretical, right? So if I can get Walter to get him to say to you guys, hey, if you guys stop making videos about me, and he'll do an interview with you guys, would you guys do that? Like say, hey, a week, don't upload anything, or hey, do this, 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 and as long as it's reasonable in your guys' own eyes.
It's not going to happen.
Because Wally will go. They say I'm not supposed to make this video, but here it is. He'll just violate any rules that we like.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be a live stream, so everybody can talk their side instead of me running back and forth.
And it would have to be my live stream because if he controls any of it, he mutes me, he boots me. I've said before
Wally
he can
in
come on my
anybody else's
stream.
live stream where he blows the shit up and people who he thought were his friends, he talks over and he screams and he
and then he
yells
bails and then he goes into the chat and then threatens everybody who was there with legal action because we said bad
Jump,
things about him.
I appreciate,
That's what'll happen.
I kind of appreciate where you're coming from because, like if Wally said, you know what, I was down there and I meant everything good, but I wasn't a first responder. Maybe I overstated what I did. That's fine. Okay, no harm, no foul. And yeah, even sometimes, like I think
but
to
give the
myself,
money back. How about that?
That's not going to happen. I mean,
he
whatever.
maybe on some paperwork he said he was a first responder, so he can't. He has to always.
Yeah, he never
say
can.
He was, otherwise he'll get
and that's
in trouble.
the thing. Yeah, and even with his kids and his and the mother of his kids and that whole situation, I kind of feel bad for the guy because that's got to be horrible.
We also we don't know 100%. We have the mom side and like what I've explained probably about my third interview I ever did with you guys. I'd explained that you never know if maybe they just didn't like that he wasn't working, and you know how parents are. I dated a girl that wasn't working at all.
I believe 100%.
Bottom line is they don't want anything to do with him, and he harasses them.
I've been around him personally, okay?
Yep.
I've seen the things that he has done and not done. You haven't. Penny hasn't, right? There are people who have hands-on Wally experience. You don't.
That's why Wally is saying they threw me under the bus, the Star Wars group. It's like, no, we all saw him be a lunatic for 18 months and was like another guy.
Wally's narrative with WinterCon. Sorry, Stu, I got to get this out.
Oh, no, yeah.
Wally's narrative with WinterCon is only, you've heard it a million times. He had a fight with a security guard, blah, blah, blah. And that's the only part he'll tell you. What he won't tell you, right, is the reason why he got into hot water with the 501st and whatever is because he was cursing and melting down in front of little children. And then maybe weeks later gets arrested for endangering the welfare of a child. I didn't say convicted, but I said arrested. So you put all of those things
what was
together.
This supposedly like endangering a child? What did he possibly do, and where's the
because he threw a phone because he attacked his baby mama in front of his daughter.
Right, and he was found not guilty, correct?
No. He
No.
pleaded down to criminal mischief because the truth is the court had no time and patience for this bullshit. So he pleaded down to disorderly conduct, which is technically not a crime.
And then a
It's a
2-year restraining
violation.
order from the kids, so that's
Right.
not nothing.
But jump, check this out, because you said something about being a cop or whatever, right? So, hey, so oh no, I was just reading Baron. So,
Yeah,
so the
Baron's
cops
back on the list.
so the cops show up, right? The cops show up at the house where the dispute is taking place, right? So
Right.
he's kind of represents it as, oh, one thing led to another, and it's a he said, she said, and you think the cops showed up and they just took him away. No, they had to see something, because they didn't just take him away. They slapped 6 different charges on him. They obstruction of breathing, disorderly. I think one was criminal mischief. Another one
I'll
was
get it for you right now.
Yeah, there was 6 different charges. So
arraignment charges: 240.20 disorderly conduct, 120.00 assault in the 3rd degree, 260.10 endangering the welfare of a child, 240.26 harassment in the 2nd degree, 145.00 criminal mischief in the 4th degree, 121.11 criminal obstruction of breathing or blood circulation.
Okay, so you know what that
something
means?
happened.
Something.
that night.
The cops saw something. The cops saw something. They saw something that was disturbing. Or else they would have just, slapped something easy on him, like a discount,
Right, but I think
and let him go.
Walter's a tall dude.
and
He's a
actually,
big dude,
like
right?
he was
So he's
choking
6'1",
the
right? He
mom
said, right?
in front of the kid.
If
And
his
his- you
girlfriend,
know
I
what?
think, is kind of short, right? I'm guessing the ex-girlfriend's kind of short. So you're telling, and especially with me, and this is like a lot of cops, at least in the unit I'm going to be hopefully going into, the same kind of way. It depends on what kind of cop you have too. If they see a 6-foot man with, let's say, a 5'2" girl, and the woman is just crying and has, let's say, a little bit of marks on her, but there is some crazy, I think with that Amber Heard case showed that there is some crazy woman out there. So let's say that happens and this girl's just crying and the parents are all ganging up on Walter, the 6-foot man. He did it. That's 3 versus 1. Usually we are going to decide with the more outcome, our witness statements, stuff like that. We're going to do with what is more lenient towards that, even if Walter's story is correct, right?
Yeah, but
the bottom line is Wally got arrested for endangering the welfare of a child, and the costuming group, we had to investigate him because we do charity work and we got to make sure we don't have somebody who's did something to kids. And Wally resents that. Wally's like, you should have just took my word for it and not investigated me, and how dare you, and you all suck. And
like in front of me. Sorry, Dan. And I didn't realize this because when I'm looking at it now, it says the case disposition information, 9/22/2016, court action. Wally actually pled guilty and sentence was imposed by Judge B. DiBiase. He pled guilty to PG 240.20.
Disorderly conduct.
That's disorderly conduct.
Disorderly
but
conduct.
there's like 1 year of probation and 2-year restraining
protection.
order.
Yeah.
So he agreed to that. So that's not nothing. That's like the family was probably like, we don't care. We just want him away from us. And they were like, okay. 2 years.
But then after that happened, and nobody knew what the deal was, he was putting up on Facebook these court-mandated courses he had to take, like a violence course, a parenting course.
Again, drawing attention to the situation. Like, why...
That's how I got involved with the guy, because he was in my lodge, and I write him I wrote him a message on the side, and I said, "What are you doing? Why are you putting that stuff up there? That's you don't want to bring that kind of attention to yourself." And then he goes into his word salad and everything else, and I was just done with the guy because it was proof to me that whatever he did happened, or else you wouldn't take all those courses. So I mean, look, at the end of the day, like what HS says, Hebrew says, and we had this discussion once before. Like, we're all these people in this room here, like in this virtual room here, and we probably have all kinds of different views about all kinds of different things in life. But we can all meet here and have a discussion like an adult. Wally is unable to do that. He's unable to do that. Every time that's happened, the first thing he started with was with my daughter and with me, and the nose, the whole. You just can't treat him as an adult because he hasn't matured enough. Emotionally or psychologically to be able to do that. He's always on the defensive or on the offensive, depending on the situation.
He's very honest about that, though, too. At the end of the day, isn't it? He says he has this problem.
How can you use the word honest and Wally in the same sentence? I don't understand.
Yeah,
I really don't.
Honest about what?
He says he has issues. He says he has issues all the time.
No, he denies them. Whenever they diagnosed him with type 2
or he makes up an excuse
disorder,
why it's okay to act the way he does.
Wait a minute. Okay, so did he get his Social Security because of PTSD or type 2 bipolar disorder?
Well, that I don't know.
Because
the bipolar is in dispute.
Because his Social Security, he used to call it retirement. But obviously,
Right.
it's
That's the other thing.
Well, I think he's combining his money. I think he gets Social Security, and I think he gets retirement. So it's like two different like things. But yeah, because he gets something. He keeps on saying, "I worked for 13 years and put into the system, and I get." And he said the judge gave him his retirement. Maybe it is too. No, because he said
judges
he said he
have
went to
nothing to do with
something
their
where like.
retirement.
It was a
That's
retirement
disability.
party for his work, and it was all old guys who were retiring, and then Wally, and everyone was like, "Why are you here?" Because
Anyway,
Wally
so
showed up to the
could
party.
we do that? If he agreed, okay, how about on your channel? If you guys agreed, whatever terms and conditions y'all had agreed, and you guys could make a settlement, would you guys get on? Would you guys let him allow it on here, and you guys would talk about everything? Obviously, if he
it would have to be
but,
my
there you
channel
go.
because I don't trust him for shit.
Jump,
'cause
you do
he's-
realize he would scream over everybody. He would make fun of Slippery's daughter. He would make fun of Dan's son. He would talk about Dan's addresses. He's done it already.
Oh,
He
that was a
would
good
maybe
one, yeah.
say something to me. I don't know what, but
Jump Luff, think
ridiculous
about this.
stuff that doesn't address the issue.
Yeah, I
think
have
about
15
this.
addresses, and my kid's mother must have been a drug addict, and that's why I left her, or
when
something
he
he made up out of nowhere.
When he basically doxed me and he did a whole thing with Google Earth of where I live and I
Yeah.
made this turn, that whole thing, right? Up until that point, the only thing I had done was make these goofy videos with masks on and like making fun of his barrels and that stupid
I'm
shit
under
like
attack.
that.
My
And he's
character
like,
is under
oh,
attack.
he went to the police about that. And doesn't that tell you what kind of individual this is? You can't have a rational discussion with somebody who elicits irrational behavior.
Yeah, Jump Off, he's going to come on and he's just going to threaten us. He's going to be like, well, if you say that, judges, lawyers, courts, that's the...
Well,
I've
I've
Jump,
told him
you-
very
you
honestly,
jumped
he's not
off
going to win
last
anything
week.
in this court case. I'm sorry to break it to
Well, he
him.
knows that. Oh, well, look. Look.
It's like the fourth time he's tried to do this.
In
It's
order
like he's
for
on
him to
repeat.
do that, he has to sue us in a New York court. He has to come up here. He has to sue us in our jurisdiction because North Carolina has no jurisdiction over us. So he's not coming to New York. He's not going to do that. He's as Dan, this one. He's going to go this one. He's going to do a Freedom of Information request for hidden. He's going to find out Mr. Cock what his real name is. It's ridiculous.
I bet you
It's
probably like
$4
Dr.
million
Oh,
for that case.
If I had money, I'd go up there. I'd introduce myself, no problem. Yeah.
And one thing I wish he would have done
Apparently
is take this
Penny
money,
met me, so, I met
take
him.
this money and not like I told him before, like don't throw it all into a lawsuit. Do it to make your life better.
He's
like,
clinically unable to save money. He said that
hang
on
on.
camera. He can't do
Oh,
it.
I've never
and
seen that before.
yeah, he put up a piece of paper, one of his many pieces of paper by some kind of psychologist or some kind of doctor that
I
said
can't
Mr.
save money.
Hilligas or Mr. Walter has issues with trying to handle his
He's
personal
clinically
finances.
unable to handle his finances. or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. That's why he has 10,000 pellets.
Why tell anybody that? I don't understand.
Well, talk about this
Basically,
live
I
stream.
everybody
Jump.
can
I
do
don't know if you were able to stay on the last one we did because God knows everybody thought I scared you off. But when we were playing one,
scare me off.
well, that's what they said, right? One of the live streams that we were playing, because we were playing two different videos. Both times, Wally was in a live stream with a group of people. One time was the bullets and the wah thing, right? And the other time was this with this woman, Della Senpai. And you talk about trying to have a rational conversation with Wally. It's not possible.
How long was that ago?
If you were able to see this video, Wally starts screaming at everybody. People
How
who
long
are
was that
otherwise
ago?
his friends. What?
That was it was about a year. I
Jump
guess.
Off, the short answer is he could we will do whatever he wants on my channel, but it's going to devolve into...
Dude, you know how long it took
screaming.
me? It took me like 2 hours, my dude. And I
yeah,
was so tired the next day for work. But I literally tried, and about the island, I tried so hard for that. He's obviously watching this. He watches this. So
Of course he does. Wally, if you're watching, statute of limitations on a libel and what is the other one?
Defamation and
defamation, all that
slander
stuff.
and libel are
In-
both forms of defamation.
Yeah, all that stuff. Statute of limitations in New York under New York civil law is 1 year. So you better check your timestamps on your videos.
The guy who
Wally,
called him
Wally,
a child abuser is off the hook then, because that was like 8 years ago.
That was like 100 years ago.
Wally, if you're watching, it'll cost $300 to jump on a Greyhound from this side of Texas to your front door.
Oh, did you ever hear him bitching about going on the bus to New York?
Yeah.
He's
Didn't
like,
he get sick or
I got
something?
back and I'm all sick from
one
the
of my
bus, guys.
all-time
Oh.
favorite movies is 007. It's like kind of like the double agent stereotype. I like that name actually. I saw my girl the other day. I was like, "Yo, they call me a double agent." I was like, "That's kind of cool." I suppose I'm a plant now.
No, I don't think you're. I think you're entertaining yourself in your own way. You
we don't do teams here, Jump Love. You're just the fucking guy in the world. There's no like.
That's what Maga tries to do, and I think he's losing. We were supposed to do a live stream the other day, and he's starting to like clean off it because Unrational Penny over there is feeding him all these bullshit. Like, oh, he's this, and that. I'm like, yo, look, chill.
How do we know you're not Penny?
I'm completely convinced that
Penny is known this
because Penny is like 12 years old and like the son of a Klansman or something. I'm convinced because he just.
I'm convinced Jump Bluff is a troll of a different kind. He's just playing the both ends to the middle, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. Yeah, he's doing a pretty good job of it.
He's jerking off while he watches. Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to head out, guys. Keep doing the show. I just wanted to get that 9/11.
All right. So you're gonna arrange Wally to come in and
my show, not his show.
I can't do a live stream with him anymore. I think Penny has brainwashed him, which I think Penny's a double agent. To be honest, I think Penny is really like.
Oh, Penny's a troll too. She's a.
100%.
Yeah, she's yeah.
Penny just has like gasoline, and he just pours it over whatever fire Wally is currently making.
I've never met I would Baker wreck that person if that was ever a thing. Like how he operates is just so awkward. Like all the caps, and supposedly he's double my age almost, and like he gives me weird vibes.
Is that a little secret? You know his age because we have nothing on him.
But I've noticed something about Maga Man too recently, especially in some of the live streams that I caught him. He's like walking back a lot of the things and trying to explain away a lot of the crazy shit and the disgusting shit he said by calling it hyper exaggeration, hyperbole.
Yeah.
The whole.
He said the gay black Jew thing he's trying to explain away, and the 9/11, the 800 9/11s.
Yeah, right.
I got that from South Park.
That's a South Park.
Not as a slur, not as a derogatory.
See, I'm all about being your man. Like, so let's say, like with me, I can say whatever I want. You guys can do whatever you guys want, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what I stand for, like my morals. So what I don't like about Maga Man is he says all this shit, all this negative stuff. Okay, fine, that's his self. That's him. That's who he wants to be, or who he is. We can't tell him anything differently. But what he doesn't like is when other people come at him, And that's where, if especially publicly, he puts it all over the internet,
I got
you're right,
you gotta expect something, You can keep living your morals.
I got garage in the background.
I saw like.
I can jump off. I'll jump off for a bit.
Cool.
Okay. Wait.
Hey man, I'm about to dip here in a minute, buddy. So you can shake my spot if you want, man.
Alex, hey, what's up?
Am I able to share my screen?
Yeah, you see that little share. Oh, what are you on? Are you on a phone? What are you on?
No, I'm on a computer.
Yeah, there's that little share button in StreamYard.
No, I'm just asking if you had that. Whether as a moderator, if you had it.
Oh yeah. I just as long as it's not a dick, because I got that before.
That's not gonna happen. But no, because what I'm about to show is a very responsible and edited, really redacted Wally, not pieces of fucking paper and tape and shit all on a piece of paper, like he would, because he has
highlighted.
He has no.
I like when he highlights a line that he wants you to read, but right above it is like, Wally has admitted to a domestic violence thing while drunk. Don't read that. Read the part that he says he's a good guy underneath it. So yeah, I got Babu in the background too. Man, I gotta get that fancy StreamYard, but it's like $300 a year.
Oh, I gotta jump out for a second anyway. So let Babu in. I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Okay. Oh wait, somebody went away. You don't have to go anywhere.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's Babu. Who left?
Jump.
Jump Bluff.
He jumped.
Jump Bluff doesn't want to be associated with a known BLM Antifa supporter.
Well, Jump Bluff's a funny guy because he was in Maga's stream the other day, and he was like saying the same thing, like, "Oh, I can't hang with those guys unless you're down to bash Wally, like they don't let you in." And I'm not down with that. Meanwhile, he's fucking here today.
There it is.
Yeah. That's what I was just looking at.
Oh, this is I own this. This is my piece of paper.
So
Yeah, it's notarized. If you look over the I hereby certify, there's a little notary stamp right over that.
Yeah, but that's a matter of public record. Hidden MGTOW's identity is not a matter of public record. I mean, you can't FOIL
first of all,
request it.
I don't have Walter's full name. I blurred out the address with the magic of Photoshop, Walter.
But you blurred out the Walter.
I did. Well, yeah, but I mean, we don't know. It could be Henry Hilligas.
It could be
Peter Parker Hilligas.
Oh, I'm in trouble. Exhibit 14, Your Honor. Doxing.
No, but that's the reason why I blurred it out, so that you wouldn't get in trouble.
Thanks, Garage. And now I'm going to fill out a Freedom of Information Act to go after Garage. What's that form look like? His name is Garage. Last name Autonomous.
Yeah, I want to talk about that in a second. But he can't flag this because his personal information is not on here. His full name is not showing, and the full address street is not showing. So anyway, but this is all I wanted to show Jump Loft because these are the charges. I'm going to stop sharing now, but these are the charges, and that was who he was, and that's what he did. So that's it.
Yeah.
Now, the Freedom of Information Act. First of all, that's not some big technical thing that
I have Penny Pounder in the background
that uncovers someone who's anonymous on the internet. Okay, I have filled out more than maybe 2 or 3 Freedom of Information Act forms. You get it notarized, and it's for other stuff. Like, for instance, I wanted to find out if the police actually had my name in any kind of way for political actions that I've done when I was younger. And all I got was a bunch of photocopies of my signature at meetings. Like, that was it. Like, nothing major. It's not a big deal. You download the form, you fill it out, you go to a notary public, and then they fill the shit out. But no, there is no such thing as getting a Freedom of Information form to uncover.
I don't even take what this guy says seriously, because he's legit doing the same thing that he did last time when he joined the whole manosphere. Like, he's not going to do any of this. He's not going to do the Freedom of Information Act. He's not going to sue everybody. This is all for his new audience.
He will do it. He'll fill out paperwork and take pictures, but nothing will happen.
He won't be successful. Nothing's going to happen.
Right.
But I mean,
that's a given.
Where
but
can
it's crazy because he's going to drive himself nuts and stress himself out with all this bullshit, and it's going to get him in the same exact situation that he was in before, which was another group of people telling him he's full of shit.
Yeah.
But like, the dude doesn't get it, and it drives me fucking nuts because he keeps like, how many times have we seen a video of him doing the UN Agenda 2030 video?
Oh my god!
And it's like his interpretation of it just makes me want to fucking punch a wall, because like the dude's like so fucking retarded. They're like, yeah, they want there's an attack on men, and it's all about
going to eat insects.
I want to know how the government intends to make us date fat women.
Right.
What's the logistics of that?
There was one thing in there that he was reading, like saying that young girls and women are a disproportionate victims of violence perpetrated by men. Oh, that's not controversial. That's a statement of fact. So why would they, I mean, not to be political or anything, but they're saying, that's not a good thing. How can we alleviate that? That's
you can go to FBI crime stats. You could download that about domestic violence. It's all there. So even if you don't want to go to a quote unquote feminist source for that kind of information, just go to the FBI crime stats. It comes out every year.
But they're in on it. The FBI's in on it.
It's kind of intuitive, right? When you hear them repeat that, because men are big. Look in Wally's own case. I mean, he choked out baby. He got arrested for choking out baby mama.
He choked out his kids.
And I've seen her.
Even better. There's probably a whole other group of like anti-globalists or globalists, some other, so they're going to start hating on Wally, and then we're going to somehow stumble across them. We're going to have a whole other group.
The anti-globalists or whatever.
I don't know.
What it does point out is we totally left out, like, he's a racist and he's psychotic. We forgot how big of a bigot he is, and this really shows it, because the dude, like, his own personal experience fucked him up for women. And now every woman is evil and out to get every man.
He cannot stand black women. In fact, Garage, did you catch that when he almost dipped into racism on that live stream? He's like, I bet garage autonomous and his black daughter. Oh, I gotta stop myself. Like he caught himself.
How
he
many
was like
times
starting
he
in.
said about
and he
Kamala
stopped.
Harris or whatever other black female politician? He's called them black bitches. When you call somebody a black bitch, I never hear him calling a white female politician like Kathy Hochul, who he hates. He doesn't call him a white bitch. So you know that's you never hear him say that. So you know where he's coming from.
In his mind, that's derogatory.
But the other thing with the women thing, right? And it's so patronizing every time I hear him. I'm really it aggravates me to no end because I met his baby mama and she's like 5'2" and he's like 6'2". So she's like this little woman that's probably about 120 pounds. You know,
she
kind
must
of
have really burned him when she beat him up.
But she has martial arts. Like she was biting his nipple and scratching his chin.
When he starts saying that, right? She bit my nipple and she punched me and she scratched me. Like another guy listening to that is saying, "Are you freaking kidding me? Come on, stop with that. Don't even. It's not even noteworthy.
Of a house compared to her.
Yeah, right. Just you know, there's no way she could have hurt him in any freaking way.
Right, that goes back to the fascinating fact that Wally just talks about, like, just never mention that to anybody. And learn from it, and instead he's got to make 15 videos describing.
He also leaves out the fact that he went out drinking, he went binge drinking, and came back drunk when that happened.
Exactly.
He's an intoxicated eyewitness to that whole thing.
He went out and got. Listen, I've said this before. I'm 6'4", close to 6'4", and my wife is like 5 something. The thing is, I don't give a shit what she has done, how mad she gets, whatever. I mean, nothing has ever gotten physical with us before, but if it did, and she'd be the only one getting physical because I know what I could do to her if it were to go that way, and I would never do it. So it's like, okay, you're biting and scratching at me. Think I'll just walk the fuck out of the house now?
Right.
Calm the fuck down.
Like he's always like, well, I had to get violent, just like with the with the security guard with I had no choice, I had to get violent. Like
I mean, even in martial arts,
the problem is Walter thinks he owned her and that he owned every decision he can make, which is why he gets so pissed that she chose her family. The dude fucking offers her $400 fucking dollars.
Yeah, we love that.
To get her back, you can't do shit when like a single parent. Let's say she's single parent with 2 kids. Can't do shit with $400. She could wipe her ass with $400. And the sad part is that's a lot of money to Walter, and it's shit money to everybody else in the world.
Yeah,
like he thought he could buy her back.
That's a little bit more than 2 weeks of groceries in my house, and we got like 5 people.
Right.
Like
this guy drives me fucking nuts. To the next point. Walter thinks Walter could barely survive on his own right now with his expenses. He thinks $80 Con Ed bill is too fucking high. If he has his fucking kids, he's not going to be able to afford them or take care of them. So of course ACS got to get involved.
The state just wants to know that the children are not going to be wards of the state.
He wants I think what happened is he kind of hinted that like baby mama was like they must have had an argument, and she said probably 4 years ago, well, you don't even have a place for those kids. So Wally's like, I got another apartment, I got bunk beds, because he's always like, look, I got bunk beds. Like he's always making it like.
Story and then he started
because fucking Paw Patrol shower curtains are gonna win her back. Like he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he is a fucking idiot. And the thing is that that whole.
Do you have any proof? Wait. Do you have any proof that he's a fuking idiot?
You'll have to prove that in a court of law.
Allegedly, he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he uses that bunk bed in that bedroom to this very day now. I just saw one of his videos where he's still using the bedroom as a prop.
Oh, he admitted that his pals stayed in the bunk beds in one of his videos. Did you see that? He said something like, "No one's been in that room." Well, when my friend came up, then what's his name was sleeping on the kiddie bed.
His friend didn't stay in that fucking bunk bed. We all know where his friend.
Yeah, they stayed in the same bed.
In Maga HQ.
The greatest part is he put up a video like, "Oh, I just finished making some French toast and scrambled eggs for me and my boy," and I'm like, "Oh, that's so cute! Like, how cute!"
Yeah. He's also like, oh, he's doing laundry and he's in my shower right now. So, like, why tell anybody that, Wally? What are you doing?
Oh, they were fucking. Sorry.
Yeah.
They were...
I bet they were awkwardly touching one another and the whole time saying, "This isn't gay, right?" Like, like taking care of each other. We're not gay, right? No. This is 2 guys just helping each other out. 2 bros. You know?
One guy yells from the other,
like,
"Hey, Wally, you got that micro child-sized pocket puss thing?"
Can I use this in front of you? Is it okay? You can watch. Like,
I'll be done with it in 5 minutes.
And every
Then
stream he makes now is,
goes right in the dishwasher. It's easy. Just goes right in.
every stream he makes now, he thinks she's watching, and like he's doing these apology streams to her. Like that's gonna make her call him. And be like,
That'll
oh my
never
god,
make
you know what?
Yeah,
For
he
6
sends
years
her
I was
links. He said that he
Yeah.
sent her link to my video. Like, what do you think that's gonna do?
Yeah,
Exactly. She'll
It'll
only
help her.
agree. It'll help her. The thing
But
is
is it true that is she actually seeing someone? Because I remember in one of his videos, somebody asked him like, "Wouldn't you want to know if she's seeing somebody?" And he's like, "No, that would destroy me."
I was talking to the Star Wars guys off camera, and one of the guys said he saw her in the subway with another guy.
Of course.
And just the other day, he's like, "I wish I took a picture. I should have took a picture." But I don't know if I'd even share it if he did. But like, so there's one eyewitness, and to be honest, that guy's a lying sack of shit. So I wouldn't trust him anyway. But
it's
I'm
here
kidding.
6 years.
You know who you are out there.
You figure the first maybe 2 years she's going to be getting over the emotional damage that Wally put her through. By now she's definitely dating, or at least has dated other people. Like it's almost a guarantee.
Well, like Hebrew said, it's Arrested Development. He's just like, everyone must be stuck like I am to just.
I'm gonna give somebody else a chance. I just wanted to show that one thing, but I'm gonna keep listening. Thanks, guys.
All right, man.
All right, yeah.
I'm still watching.
Sorry about the black whore daughter thing, man. Don't take that personal.
Oh, fuck him. I'm not.
Or the black Nazi thing, since your BLM Antifa got notified. I don't know.
Yeah, right now, well, he's going, look, they're with a known BLM. It's like I said in one of my videos, I'm like BLM and Antifa are people in this world, in this country.
I just want to do the BLM salute. Hold on, AO.
Yeah. Where did that come from? What is
Which is weird, because I thought, if anything, that was more like a Tony Danza Italian thing. Like, hey, yo, hey. I think it was like a BLM thing. Yeah, hey, yo, hey, Intima. So, but apparently that's a BLM thing.
AO is a BLM thing? What?
Well, he's got in this whole thing. They're black Nazis, right? And then there's a black Nazi salute. Yep. And then it's the AO thing. I don't know.
Oh, his memes. Yeah, he had like Black Lives Matter going with the fist, and he's like, oh, they're doing the guy who has the cold smudge. Who I can't say his name for some weird reason.
What is Wally's thing? Because we all know it's crap, but the algorithm will get triggered. I can only show part of my gun. I can't say certain words.
He shot in his apartment like an idiot. Like what?
But there are a million other channels.
I still got to send that to his leasing office. I forgot.
There are gun channels that are monetized. So what is Wally's thing with I can't show the algorithm? I can't talk about. Why can't you say Hitler? Just say Hitler.
No.
You know what it
the
is,
guy
like
with the stiff arm who can't bend his arm. That's what he said.
Yeah,
he's like a fucking child, man. Like he's like, oh, don't say the F word. No, say the fucking F word. It's fine. Say fuck.
I bet his chat, like a video was taken down for some other reason, and Wally's like, oh, it must have been because I said Hitler. Like that's probably what happened.
Yeah, not because he was giving medical misinformation about the virus or anything like that.
Or saying that heat waves are caused by solar flares.
Dude, oh my fucking god! This guy, like hearing this guy try and talk about anything.
The sun's really hot today, guys.
Oh my god! It makes me hate my fucking ears when I hear this guy talking about the fucking universe.
You're not the only one, dude.
Like I can't believe this.
I'll be driving and he'll say something crazy and I'll pause it and rant at nobody. Like no one's in the car with me. I'm like, you fucking idiot. I can't get through his videos in one setting.
It's hot. It's summer.
He believes his own bullshit so much that he sounds like with confidence he can say there's no such thing as global warming. It's the government trying to set you up and lie to you. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
It's not.
Well, I don't even know if he believes that. I think he's like that's his audience now. It's just like because I remember when he was in the manosphere, he was saying what he thought those guys would want to hear, and I think he's just doing that. He's just like, it's the government, chemtrails. Like, do you think he even believes half the stuff he's saying? I can't tell.
I used to give him more of the benefit of the doubt. Like, I always thought that he was playing a character, and then I thought he was like smarter than this. But I don't know.
I got the message to the guy I just said is an asshole. he said fuck you.
Oh, did he? That's awesome.
Like and subscribe.
Hey, welcome back.
We need receipts. Hey.
I give Wally, I was talking about the last live stream, like, he can be articulate, right? He doesn't say he doesn't stutter. But I'm like, so is he smarter than the act that he plays, or is he really that stupid? And I think the answer is he's legitimately crazy. Like, there are several people that live in
There's
it.
no evidence of that except
I'd
for
like
the
to know.
paperwork that I show that says that I
Allegedly.
have problems.
I'd like to say he's book smart, but then he says this stupid shit about the universe and about global warming that you can't be book smart and say that bullshit.
Well,
He has trouble understanding what he reads.
Yeah, for sure he doesn't comprehend it because he was saying something about I'm listening to his live stream and he's like, oh well, the reason why there's warm weather, there's been a warm spell, and I don't want to get into global warming and all, but it's not. He says it's not because of global warming, it's because of solar flares. What the fuck would he know about a solar flare? What an asshole! So he read an article that says, oh, maybe it's solar flares on some.
It makes sense because the sun goes poof and then it gets hot.
Yeah,
It makes
okay,
sense.
but like because he read an article on it and he recounted something on that article in his live stream. He's like, oh, and I proved that on my last live stream. He didn't prove anything. He proved that he read some kind of article that makes a case for it.
Yeah.
But he's not the authority
And
on
the
it.
article didn't even make the case for it. The
He
article
often
said
refers
that
to
it's
an
solar
old video.
activity.
He's like, I made a video on that, so that
Yeah,
that's
right.
settled
When he
law.
does that, Dan, does that drive you out of your mind? When he says, "Oh, and you guys should check my playlist. I made a video about that." Like that's a definitive thing about whatever he's talking about. Because every time he makes a video on something, it's just like the drunken guy on the end of the bar raving about something. Like I can imagine, even if he got all these subscribers and they tune in, and I said this at the beginning, he started out on this live stream with like 40 people, and that's like pretty good. I'm like 40 people, and then like after 7 minutes, it was 22, and then like after 11 minutes, it was like the same 8 jerks and what's his name, Penny Pounder, and
Penny Pounder, Maurice,
and Maurice and the Queen. They come in, and they say hello, and then they leave because if you can't listen to his stuff, you have to be completely.
But that, like on Maurice and Queen, they're all into that. That's what I mean. Like that, while he's talking the talk, like they're all into conspiracy.
Well, here's the thing, because like
nuts and everything.
Wally's such a bigot. I can't imagine why Queen Mahat deals with this guy, because he pretty much talks down about women and says how much bullshit it is and women this and that.
She's like a nut though. She's like
the women's thing that he talked about the other day was just crazy. I mean, like he's like, oh, see what they said? They said that women are affected disproportionately by violence perpetrated by men. That means that they want to cut everyone's penis off. Like, how does A equal
They want to
Z?
flip your ding dong.
Yeah, right. How
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
He's so creative with the genitalia.
It looks like roast. He was describing it like roast beef, and then it was worse. And why is everything something that looks like it got ran over in a Walmart parking lot? Why is
that's his whole world.
Because that's
Walmart.
where
He also thinks he's funny. He's like, I said Walmart parking lot.
And one thing you pointed out,
funny,
Dan, that
witty.
now I'm so paying attention to. Whenever Wally does the whole "it, what, who," I identify as fill in the blank.
I know where you're going.
He goes around his apartment.
He goes around.
You could tell he's looking around his apartment. You pointed that out, and then suddenly I'm listening to him, and it's different every time. But it's like, I identify as a USB flash drive. I identify as a remote. I identify as a couch. I identify as
I'm waiting for him to mess up and be like, I identify as a rubber dildo.
Yeah. A fleshlight.
It's all stuff that you know is within his line of sight. It's
Wally, if
hysterical.
you're watching, for all the things you rail about people who identify as something else, you obviously are identifying as a first responder, which you are obviously not, and that's a fact.
Yeah. I'll see you in court. I like I when I said to subscribers, he's like, you got to go. Now you have to prove that in court. Like, what? I don't have to prove anything in court. I just said that this is what I think.
I think he's buying subscribers, Wally. I don't have to prove that in court.
And then he went on to say that I have a lot of addresses, and my ex must have been a drug addict, and that's why we divorced, and I'm taking care of my kid alone. He said all of that. That's fine.
Well, how can you do a live stream at night in the car? Where's your kid? Why aren't you taking care of your kid? Because you're on camera for 5 minutes. What's wrong with
I'm pretty sure I mentioned that. Like, my kid lives at a school. Like, he's not.
matter.
Wally, you're not paying attention.
It doesn't matter.
I'm kind of like happy that Jump Bluff verified that he watches this, and I know he did because the last couple of videos he was talking about it. And Hebrew, now that this man has shown his face on camera, like something happened that's special, that's going to do something different. Like, what that is, I don't know.
He's done this for years. When he finds out people are talking about him, he thinks it's like crimes have been committed. Like he's always done this.
Has
like
anybody
from day
seen,
one? He's like, one of them, he said, he's like, I found out that 2 people were talking behind my back on Facebook. It's like, what? Yeah, 2 people were chatting, and somehow he saw the convo, and it's like police,
this
lawyers.
is delusional. He can say the most vile, awful things, and
fine.
then the next hour it's, this has really hurt me emotionally, and I can't sleep. And I'm really suffering, and it's really, I'm like violated. And then he'll go on about a skin mask, black bitch, blah blah blah.
Or speculate wildly about the mother of my kids because
forgive me, guys.
I was entertaining myself when I got home. I'm eating dinner, right, and I'm looking at some of Wally's old videos, and one of the really good ones is where this little eyeball, and he's like, "I'm now scared for my personal safety."
Well, my theory on that is Wally was trying to get me in trouble, and when you look at I called his leasing office, and he was like Googling like how I can stick Dan with harassment, and one of the things is you have to feel that you're threatened at home. So Wally's like, okay, let me put this in stone. So he went to the computer's like, I feel threatened in my house. Like that was part of, he was trying to like get his ducks in a row to like bring me to justice. That's what I think that video was all about.
That goes back to what we were saying before. Like Wally thinks if he made a video about a certain subject, then that solidifies everything. It's set in stone. It's evidence. It's done. It's in the archives. I did a video about that. I have a playlist about New York stuff going on. And did you hear his thing? Oh, I was thinking about you, HS, when he was talking about, you know what? There's less crime in North Carolina because
he doesn't understand. He
doesn't understand statistics.
Not at all.
And then there are people that listen to him that must be just stupid or like think. Like I said, he's the hero of the stupid. Like, okay, it's like if you have a beach with 1 million people. And 2 people drown, and then you have a beach with 7 people and nobody drowns. Oh yeah, there's more drownings on that beach. Yes. You know what I mean? He doesn't get it.
This is statistics.
But his numbers
we get
were
it.
wrong. He was talking about it's a 5%. Nice shirt. He was talking about like a 5% increase in Charlotte and a 36% increase in North Carolina in New York. But what if the crime rate was lower in New York to begin with? Right?
Yeah, right. Completely.
And we know this because we've looked up FBI crime stats.
Exactly.
Sure, I think New York actually per capita probably is a little bit higher than it should be, really, than Charlotte. But Charlotte has been traditionally a more violent city per capita than New York City is by far.
Yeah. I think it might have evened out a little bit because not only a year ago, because New York City crime has gone up a lot in the last last year, whatever it is. But Charlotte wasn't like. And just anecdotally, when we think about Wally and all the shit that's happened to him down there, right? His car broken into, he's gotten accosted.
Drive-by outside his apartment. Drive-by.
The liberals leaving diapers all over the place.
Something tells me that's not typical, though.
Hidden, are you in like a scuba tank? Like, are you deep sea diving?
Yeah, I mean, your sound was so good before. Now it's sounding a little weird.
I don't know.
I think it's just like like Hidden always has like a really high tech microphone right next to him, and now he just sounds like us. Now he has a shitty microphone.
I just want to be in the courtroom when you guys go to court. Like I can't imagine the judge's face when they.
What do you mean you're going to be there with us?
No,
Your Honor,
he thinks I'm
like,
a dead guy. I'm fine.
if he got to court and like he got up there and started with his nonsense. Like somebody would get like someone in the court system would be like, "How did this slip through the cracks? This guy is a crazy guy. He has a book full of nonsense. Like something would have broken down if he got to court."
Space person when wet and parsec.
His first biggest challenge of Wally is like convincing a reputable lawyer to review thousands of hours of videotape to think that this has any credibility, and that's going to cost him money before he even does anything.
Yeah.
And a lawyer might say to him, "You know what? Look, a reasonable, rational lawyer, I would think, would say to him, well, what's your problem?" And then Wally's going to rant and rave, and they did this, and they did that, and they did this, and oh, that sounds really bad. Well, show me something. Give me an example. And he'll show one of Dan's videos, which is a perfectly rational person criticizing an irrational person, or he'll show me in a mask with a pop gun, like saying, I'm Maga Man. And the guy's going to say, are you kidding me? You're wasting my time for this? Write me a check for $1,200 for the time I wasted and go away and try to find somebody anybody else because it's silly and it's ridiculous.
Well, that's right, because he's going to say, oh, they talk about my wife and kids, and that's none of their business. And then they're going to watch a video where he's saying, oh, Dan's 14 addresses and his kids and all that shit.
15, it's 15.
Oh, 15 addresses. So it's like, all right, so you can talk about his kid and addresses, but they can't talk about yours that you publicly put out there.
Actually, in his drunken live stream, right? Dan, he's going over word for word, and I love when he does that because that's where the gold that's where the gold is buried.
He gave up though halfway through. I was very disappointed.
And it was great. And Dan is saying, well, by your rationale about divine intervention, and every time you talk about divine intervention, there's rain in New York and it floods the Atrium, and that means people are inconvenienced. So that's your divine. But you never mention anything about you can't see your kids, your baby mama won't have you. You're living by yourself. And when Dan says that, that's none of your business. That's
none of
that's not your concern.
473 videos, but it's not a.
You made 1,000 videos and you put it all out there for the public consumption. It's not like you put it in a little group with 3 people who are trying to advise you and you're trying to commiserate with. You put it out there for the world to see, and now it's become our business. Sorry, Wally, it's become our business because you made it. We're
watching a reality show, and we're fans.
That's what we're doing. Yeah, right.
Like if we go to court, we'd be like, yeah, you can say we're assholes, but we watch the show, we hate them.
If I make a video about myself, that's why sometimes I think to myself, I just can't do because you turn into him, you start putting stuff about your private life up on YouTube, and it's really not.
Well, he always brings up stuff that like no human being should talk about. It's like if you get arrested for laying your hands up, just shut up. Like don't tell anybody. Yeah. Learn from your mistakes. But he wants to get everyone in a room and say, I was right that night. Here's why. And no one believes him.
I was part of a Star Wars group, and they kicked me out. I was part of a Masons group, and they kicked me out. I was part of a family, and her family kicked me out. Like, the dude keeps saying shit that doesn't work in his favor, and he doesn't get why people are like, dude, what's wrong with you?
But then he makes these convoluted, elaborate arguments about how he was right, and people just sit there like, it doesn't connect. A doesn't.
Well, he tries to like same with the security guard. It's like, well, I had a good reason to almost get in a huge fist fight with the I had nothing else. I couldn't do anything else. Like Garage was saying, it's like no, you could have fled from your girl as she's like scratching you. You didn't have to put her up. I just put her up against the wall.
You can't run away when she's biting your nipple. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So she was latched on. Yeah.
But even the way he presents things, like he's like they have schematics of my Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Like we what was it in the Matrix? Like we lay out the plans to the wet wall to get behind him.
Yes.
No, I mean he doxed himself when he gave out his address. When he was in that shaved head live stream.
Yeah.
Come and get some, blah 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 blah, Meadow Vista Road or whatever it is. And if you go there, you find out who it is, and then you look at. They offer it's on the website. It's not his
information. He did nothing. He was saying that like the only way that these people could have got my address is because Slippery is a Mason, and he used his Mason connections to do a background check.
It's not the hours of video I've taken.
He's in the white pages.
Apartment.
Like you type in his name and his address and phone number are available, like anybody else. There's no conspiracy.
He misconstrued even that, what I said about that. I said, like now, and it's since Wally has gone, like the new thing is like, just like with the 501st, like, we used to like just interview people on our own, and you'd have a couple guys go down there and talk to him and visit him at his home and make sure, like the wife doesn't have 2 black eyes, or it's not going to be a problem for him to join the lodge, right? Oh yeah, we had an argument, but. But now actually we ask anybody that petitions us to like, okay, you want to join? All right, go to this place and do this and do that, and then show us the background check that they did. And if something comes back that no good, you don't have to show it to us or whatever. It's very private. You know what I mean? And he construed that as us doing a background check on him, which we never did. So like he misunderstood what I said one time, or in Wally's
that would also mean that anyone joining the Masons would have to like shell out like $65-70 to do a background check.
No,
even if they're not interested in joining. So yeah, that would not like you wouldn't put that on you. You'd be like, you get it done. Like we're not paying for this.
Exactly, but they have to foot the bill for it if they want to join. Okay, but that's the whole deal about it is right, because like people have these, you don't want to a convicted a sex offender or
Sure.
someone you're just trying to prevent that from being a problem later on, because later on it becomes a big problem. You don't want wife beaters or people that are you know what
There's
I'm saying.
There's no evidence of that anywhere.
Yeah. Well, that all having been said, how many times does this jerk say that? That having
Once
been
again,
said.
this is fair use. If you see what's scrolling across,
How many times did he said this is for fair use?
That's what I was
Every
pointing out
2
earlier. You have to
seconds.
say it every 7 seconds.
Educational purposes, commentary, and criticism.
See, this
'Cause
one
that's
was
what
my
he
favorite
does,
live
and that's
stream.
what
That went
I'm
on
going
and
to
on
do.
and on.
This
That's
is good.
a lie.
That's
I
what
never
they
bought
do.
my subscriber.
That's the
You're gonna have to
lie.
prove that
He
in
was
a
like
court of law.
really manic in this.
We gotta
would I
prove it in
Why
court.
would we have to prove that in a court
And
of
by
law?
haters and the trolls, I mean Maga Man. It pisses off Maga Man. If you like it, subscribe. So smash that like button, everybody.
It hurts this. The dog kept getting.
That's why he's sitting in his car in the dark talking about
that's why.
me when he openly talked about having his son in the car. So if he cares so much about his
Didn't say
son,
that at all.
then
No,
why
he
is he
didn't.
focused on me?
Son was
Once
back
again,
in
I don't
this is
school.
understand
fair
that.
use.
So
Look at the fair
so
use
if he
doctrine.
cares
He
so
thinks
much
I
about
took
his
my
son,
dog and left
The
my
fair
kid
use
in a
doctrine
dark
is
house with
on
no electricity.
the description box. This is how they try to get around this shit. So I'm just using their tactics. Dan Edward King, who's an obsessive
tactics.
stalker, a cyber
I
stalker,
need
is going to have to prove in a court of
You hear
law.
how bombed he is?
These are his words for the public record.
The next
I
day
will
he's like,
never
I'm
publish
very
this
tired.
live stream.
Everything is a
Adding it to
public
my-
record
my
when you put it on
external-
fucking YouTube.
He's always like public records and everything else.
My
For what, the
external
private
social
record?
media. How I bought my subscribers. You're going to have
He's
to
so
prove
mad.
that in a court of law. This is once again another lie.
No, he doesn't have to prove it.
Anyway, I wrote
nobody
down
has
some
to
notes
prove it.
because I actually made a video before, and then I was editing it in the computer real quick, and then I lost power in the middle of it. So I don't even know if I lost all my photo editing shit. So I'm kind of chucking it out the window. I'm thinking like between Dogpile being canceled and my video being edited, my nemesis Maga Man is going to be like, oh, he believes in divine intervention. He's like, this is divine intervention. Anytime it rains a lot in Manhattan and the subways flood, he does a little video where he has Jesus. He does these bad photoshops. It's Jesus looking over like the flooded subway system. Like that.
Dan, how do you?
I have
very
every
meta
right to my
watching yourself.
commentary. I have every right to my criticism. But yet,
Oh, do you?
do you see a man like this talking about Lee Zeldin being assaulted? Does he talk about
Who?
No.
Eric Adams and,
No.
and illegal immigration?
No.
Does he talk about Kathy Hochul and the
No.
Rona shutdowns?
Don't
Of course
talk
not.
about that.
He focuses
is-
on me.
if you listen
he
to
doesn't
him, this
care
is-
about where he lives.
This is a
He doesn't
tortured
care
individual.
about
This is a
anything,
tortured,
except to make
demented,
himself
troubled
look like a
individual.
hero. But he doesn't
Again, I
care
think he's
about
trying
New
to.
York.
He's like
he cares about
he's trying to get his audience to be like, this is another liberal, and he doesn't even know like my political affiliation, which cracks me up. But he's always like, oh, this is long-haired liberal from New York.
Well, we know Slippery's. He's a rhino neo tradcon on a
Every time he
Thursday.
says that, I think he's referring to me, right? As a rhino,
I guess
neo.
I don't even know what all that shit is. And nor do I care. But like,
Well, maybe I need some rhinoplasty.
yeah, well, that's like that cock of a nose.
Rhino is Republican
I'd
in
ride
name
it, why
only.
not?
I know that. That's Republican in name only. So it's like you're Republican, but you vote Democrat.
No, I get it, but
That's the
Wally like
worst.
tacks on like it's like his New York rant that started with like the socialist fascist regime, right? And then it got longer, and then he
Yeah.
added the bed bug infested, and then he added the grease trap.
COVID concentration camp.
So now you're not like a rhino. Now you're a rhino neocon. Now you're a
Tradcon.
rhino
I don't know what a tradcon.
tradcon.
Traditional conservative, I think, is tradcon.
I don't know, but it just gets longer and long. It's more acronyms, and they don't mean shit. And
But
Wally,
also,
you're
like
fucking nuts. It's simple.
we're not
Nuts.
part of his political world, but he's trying to combine everything.
Yeah,
It's,
he doesn't
it's
know
like
my
we're
beliefs. He
Star
doesn't
Wars
know
guys
James.
that hate him before. We hated him before there was a Maga Man. Like
I know.
he left in like I
We're
think
like
it was
OG,
2016
man.
before Trump was like Trump may have announced he was running for office, and like that's
And he
when
always
you know.
goes back to that same thing. He's like, oh, for 6 long years, these guys. No. 6 long
Well, attack means we said we didn't like him because he was just this monster in the Star Wars costuming group, and that's we're being attacked because we won't embrace him and
I like
bring
when
him
you
back
use
into the fold.
the terminology when you said something like, "Oh, Wally, you go into these live streams and you fucking carpet bomb the live stream," and that was a good characterization. I thought that was great.
He's like he wants to mute everybody and scream over. It's like
this is
Jump
when
Bluff was
Jump
saying. It's
talked
like, what do you
about
think's
this.
gonna happen? Like,
When
yeah.
this Jump Bluff Kmart guy, I'm like, come on, man. I mean, you're just trolling because you don't.
At this point,
I mean,
yeah,
I'll
right,
do it. Like
right.
I said, my channel and Wally can come
Yeah,
on
but look,
and say anything.
but we know what's going to happen.
But you've always given him an open invitation to come in, but you know, even now, Wally, Dan will let you in, I'm sure. And
again,
you know,
all the red flags are there. When Wally's like, I have Nightbot and I block everybody and I got moderators and you will be blocked if you ask me these questions. It's like that's
like, you know what?
The guy's not being genuine.
There's one guy that I watch when Wally, whenever he's doing a live stream or whatever, and there's this guy, John Favitz is his name. And he put some screws to Wally. He asks him some tough questions.
He's on
and
thin
Wally
ice, that guy.
has no idea how to deal with him because he's like, he said one time in the chat, he's like, oh yeah. And Wally's like, no, I've never been in jail, never done any hard time. So then this guy Favitz says something like, okay, so you were never arrested with the thing for your baby mama. And he just ignored it. Like
Nightbot's gonna get you.
Yeah. Whoever this guy Favitz is, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing because you're asking.
Now that you
questions.
mentioned his name, he's gonna be on the shit list. Why did Slippery mention your name, John?
I just noticed it. I didn't know. Yeah. What do you say, Savage?
Can you guys hear me? I keep getting
yeah.
kicked.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
I thought you were doing something.
I have a question. Does Wally have any warrants in New York?
Not
we
that
suspect
I know of.
He kept on ripping up court documents, and then he cried when he got something around Christmas time. So we don't know. I'm guessing he had to go to court. He didn't go to court, and then they sided in favor of,
It's just
like
odd
her
how he left the state and not just the city.
Yeah, I have a suspicion that like he's done this a number of times, and I look at his videos. Like he always admits to trying to contact her and send her texts and have friends text her and all these kind of gimmicks. Yeah, WhatsApp or whatever.
I have to believe that if he doesn't have a restraining order, he should. I mean, because God knows she's probably like ignoring them at best, or like, oh my God, he keeps contacting me. Like clearly she doesn't want to have anything to do with the guy.
I hope
they probably
documenting it.
You probably have to have some way of like as parents. I think you probably have to have some avenue, and he abuses it. Like he's just like, oh, but I really need to talk to.
But you know what? I don't think he has any. Maybe he doesn't have any parental rights at all because he can't even see them, and maybe like because of his default on all that stuff, maybe he doesn't have any rights at this point. So she really doesn't need to contact
I was
him.
gonna say, if he did have rights, they would at least be supervised, but he doesn't seem to have that either.
He said he sent her something via WhatsApp, and I could tell that she read it because a little check mark appears. So there's something that she's doing. I don't know. Maybe it goes to like somebody else, and Wally thinks it's her. She came out.
Well, you think about it, in all these years, I know Wally's come up once or twice. I mean, that we know of. Look, I only know what he says, right? Which is a lot of stuff. But he came up a few times to go to court or whatever. But his family is here, right? His brother, his sister, his parents, whatever friends he claims to have, Keith LeBau or whatever that guy's name is. Wally never comes to New York, right? There's got to be a reason. His kids are here. I mean, for fuck's sake, the guy never comes to New York.
It's
Either
funny
people
because
go
he
to North
mentions that
Carolina
he wants to come back one day, even though he mentions he
yeah,
has
but only under a period of
170
civil
videos.
unrest.
You know what?
With melee
you know
weapons.
What? If his SSI was interrupted, he might have to go back.
Oh, be careful! Like you're gonna get him upset again when he hears you talking, Savage.
All I'm saying,
They openly discussed.
I did some homework, and well, that's all I can say right now.
Yeah. Right now, you got to do like Wally. You're gonna say now that this has become a legal issue, I can't really say too much. And then he'll I can't say too much.
I was reported to John Feelgood or whomever, and so now it's a legal issue. And
John Field, did Dan call you up the other day? Because if he did, just don't pay attention to anything. He's a very bad guy. He's an Antifa. Don't listen to him, John Field.
Did you hear Wally's rationale with that? Because at one point he mentioned that he reached out to John Field.
I never said I called him.
Well, no, Wally said he reached out to John Field. He didn't get a response. Therefore, that proves that
yeah, I heard that.
I was like, what is
no,
that?
John Field
No,
like
they think
John
you're a
Field like
fucking nut.
opened up a 400-page like email in his inbox. Was like, no, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of I'm always amused, right? Because I don't think anybody knows the backstory. But if anybody ever watches when he says, "And this guy called my friend Esteban, and he used the pseudonym Lucian Stevenson," right? And he's always said the false pseudonym. And that's the same name as he used in an email to send everybody in my lodge under the name Lucian Stevenson, who said he's a good friend of Wally, and that's why I use that pseudonym. So, like, I don't think he remembers. I don't understand.
He did that with me. He's like the message I got. The first message was it says Walter Hillegas, and then underneath it says, "This is a friend of Wally, and he's letting me use his name." Like, I think he's trying to like be. He's like, I want to harass somebody. But if I say that, somehow I'm immune to getting in trouble.
Yeah,
I think
right.
that's what his logic.
Right. And then one person who got the email said, "Oh, this is like gave me a little bit of a hard time about it." I said, "Well, this isn't even coming from Wally. It's some guy who says he's Wally's friend. So if it's not a problem with Wally, why should you care if some friend is saying it? It's not even firsthand, right? Because it was using Wally's own tactics against him,
It's
and that's
so weird.
The same thing with when he talks about, he called my friend. Well, yeah, I called your friend, and your friend didn't have a problem with it because I had a conversation with him. Why you have a problem with it?
But it's my friend.
You don't own the guy,
own
right?
him, yes.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's Wally's prop, right?
In fact, I went to Esteban the next day and I said, Esteban, if you want to combine my random police reports with your police report that you're certainly going to go get, right?
Yeah,
then
superpowers connect.
And Esteban just like, I just want this to stop, please. Don't do that
right,
again.
so that's a perfect example where we'll never know the real story because I believe, Slippery, when you spoke to him, and I believe that you probably had a nice conversation with him.
We did.
Get him on the show.
Wally, there's no more talk of it other than just from Wally's side that he called my friend, right? But we haven't seen Esteban.
You should text Esteban the Rumble videos. You should send him the links.
I thought about that, because Esteban was truly interested in knowing, what kind of stuff does Wally have on the internet up? Because I think he was under the impression
Esteban didn't know about it. That's surprising.
I think he was under the impression that, in the car when they're drinking and then shit happens, he figures it was up live then and then it went away somewhere.
Right.
He doesn't realize that.
Walter might have told him that he deleted it. Maybe.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, but
it's.
Did Esteban ever watch that video where Wally makes a video inside of Esteban's kids' room?
We don't know.
I don't.
That's
think
what I'm
so.
saying. I'd love to get. We should Esteban come on the show. We'll watch it live and we'll do a reaction.
We'll watch it together, dude. Have your wife watch it with us.
He asked me.
We should go down his whole list. Have this person read off their names because Wally introduced them all to us. Make sure Sylvia's there and Bill is there and.
He said to me, "How can I see what he put up, or what kind of material is up that he put up on his channel, or was up, or is up?"
He asked you?
Yeah. He said, "Where can I see
you didn't
it?"
Send it to him?
And I said, "Yeah, Esteban, I'll look for it. Maybe I'll send it to you, or I'll let you know." But I said, I said to him, I left off with him like this. I said, "Esteban, listen, unless he does something else or puts something else on the internet up about you or that involves you, I won't call you, and I won't call you. I won't contact you. It's all good." And he's like, "Okay, thank you." It was, that was it. So I don't want to really involve him anymore because
you're right. We're sucking him into this crazy world.
Yeah, I don't want to be Wally. Hey, Esteban, look at this.
Yeah, you're right.
Esteban is a working man, dude. You can tell.
Yeah, he absolutely is a working man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Esteban is just he just got look, his time with Wally. I don't know. I'm Catholic, so I kind of learned about purgatory. His time in purgatory will be less because of the time he spent with Wally. That's
It
an
counts.
absolute. It counts. Yeah.
Speaking about being a working man, Savage, did you ever see when Wally first started live streaming with Esteban had the worst day of his life. Esteban was telling a story.
Car got broken into.
His work truck got broken into. There was tools stolen.
His livelihood.
And someone hit him on the head and stole his money. And he's telling a story. He's frustrated, and this is Esteban. He's getting teary eyed, and he's drinking. And Wally is like this fucked up enabler, and he's going, "Yeah, man, tell the Kramer all about your bad day." And at one point, he says, again,
No,
Esteban.
I never saw that.
Esteban got robbed. His truck got broken into. Shit got stolen. The police aren't helping. He's getting upset about it.
Himself? Is that when
And no, this is before that. And then Wally said, "Oh, buddy, I know what it's like. People make fun of me on YouTube all the time." And he was like trying to make it like it was the same thing. And I was like, dude. I think I gotta see if I have it. I might have it.
His analogy.
The problem is there's so much content. It's so much.
But it goes back to like his analogies of stuff are so disjointed, and it's such a stretch of the imagination. Like Wally is there, and he's like, "Oh, I was in a bucket brigade at 9/11, and these guys make fun of my PTSD." Which, half the time he says it's because of 9/11, the other time he says because of his family situation.
Would you make fun of a war hero with PTSD?
Yeah, would you make fun of a Navy SEAL? No, you're not a
Probably
fucking
not.
Navy SEAL. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
But yesterday live, that 2-part that he made, he compared himself to Trump. He said that he was a strong-spoken, authoritative man.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Trump.
I didn't see those yet.
Yeah, except when he's crying.
So now he's Gina Carano, Trump, Judge Kavanaugh. Who else is he?
In the meantime, most people are like
Johnny Depp. He's Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah, right. He did the Johnny Depp thing. He's like, "Oh, you know what? We're a much too litigious society, and people are suing everybody." And then he goes, "Oh, it probably pops into his pea brain. It's because he always wants to sue everybody, and he's like everything that he has in his life was due to lawsuits and bureaucracies and everything else." He said, "Oh, except if like somebody, Johnny Depp, because he's entitled to it, or if you really got hurt or something, So
Dan, I sent you that. Remember, I played you that clip on Facebook. He's talking about like all these. It's like these frivolous lawsuits, and then he stops himself.
Wait.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, except if you mean like you're legitimately hurt," and it's very specific to his situation that he.
It's always
unless you get hurt on the job or some. Like 9/11 kind of thing happens, then it's okay, or people attack you.
The same thing when he goes down the list and he says, "Oh, and just a shout out to the police out there and firemen and first responders and EMT and 9/11 plumbers like me, recovery workers." Like somehow he makes his way into that list as if there's some connection.
Do you need to find it, Dan?
I got it. I'm just trying to figure. I can download it, right? Yeah.
It's like a short clip, but yeah, he catches himself. And he does it a bunch of times. But I watch him, and every once in a while, I'll be like, "Ha ha ha, Wally, you almost tripped yourself up."
Well, that was similar to when he started talking about Garage Autonomous' Black Dawn or those. I gotta stop myself. Like. He's like, this is what got me in this hole to begin with.
The goofy algorithm doesn't really mind if you show a gun or anything, but it does really mind, or people mind, when you start saying racist, horrible, vile shit.
I have to be careful here, guys. Here we go. Did I do it?
This is nothing more than a gimmick to make easy money. We live in a society of lawsuits. In some cases, when it comes to personal injury, if you've literally got hurt, if you've got sick on the job,
sounds like a 4 a.m.
medical issues and whatnot, or like what happened with Johnny Depp with slander, libel, defamation, and all that kind of thing, those are legitimate reasons to sue someone.
I love that pause.
That's Wally Esquire, everybody.
Sounds like one of those 3 a.m. commercials.
Have you been defamed on YouTube?
I got one in there.
Do you have sarcoidosis?
Check this one out.
Yeah, I gotta jump off soon.
Oh, this okay.
It's either her or no one. I'd rather be alone. I'd rather die alone. That's what's gonna end up happening.
Sunglasses inside.
I'm gonna die a lonely old man.
From his lips to God's ears.
Yeah. But his argument is like, baby mama, do you really want me to die an old man with nobody and 2 bunk beds?
I don't know if you guys remember,
it's this weird, pathetic plea to get the girl back. It's like, dude, she doesn't. Just move the fuck up. Penny Powder, Wally, your general. It's like,
I
move
think
on.
I think that was the guy who asked him. He said, "This guy Favitz or John Favitz." He said, what if she's moved on? What if she's remarried? Or, well, not remarried because they were never married.
He's like, la 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 la.
Yeah. Oh, I can't answer that. Everything I've worked for hinges on baby mama, coming down and living with him. Except, like somebody mentioned before, the bunk beds aren't going to fit his daughter anymore when she's 18. I mean, she might come down there and he'll still have the Paw Patrol shower curtain.
She's 16 years old. He's like, here's a Mr. Potato Head for her.
Notice it's still got its tater tot, right? Because it's Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah. That's not that woke shit. He's really got a dick.
Daniel, you talk about the actual logistics of this, and it's fascinating.
You guys got me thinking.
Go ahead.
Okay,
David.
so he's been charged with a type of child abuse.
Endangering the welfare of a child because this kid was present when
he was causing a scene and the kids were in the house. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, so they slapped that on.
It just takes a lot. It really does take a lot for a court to say no, you can't see your kids anymore. Like
that's
I think the family went to court and they're like, we don't care what he's stuck with. We just don't want him to be allowed near us anymore.
Yeah, but I'll go you one better, right? Wally left the state. If he didn't leave the state,
yeah, I think that's part of it. Yeah,
it's not to sound like Wally, but it's a lot easier when you're. It's a lot harder to take kids away from the mother than it is from the father, and that's another conversation.
Is he
but
on the pedophile
he left entirely.
registry?
No,
what?
He's just like.
Is he on the pedophile registry?
No, I doubt it.
No, he just has a doll.
Well,
he just
Wally
has that
keeps
little
saying
doll.
they called me the only thing I've said is he's a danger to children.
Right.
Like he's a danger to anyone else walking around because he's loaded and he's suicidal. It's like yes, you're a danger to children,
But
Wally.
with the whole child support, seeing his children, he left the state. He lives thousands of miles away voluntarily.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The court, ultimately, the state only cares that they're not going to end up being responsible for the kids. They actually want the parents and the kids' lives, right? Maybe the mother more than the father, whatever. I guarantee you Wally could have got supervised visitation or partial custody if he really pushed it, if he stayed in New York. But there's no way he's going to get it being where he is. And think of the reality. So let's say baby mama said, oh, $400. This is great. We're all going to move to North Carolina, right?
Fuck me now, Wally.
These kids are all like, the reality about he's going to have to pull them out of, you've talked about this, Dad. You have to pull the kids out of the school, out of the friends they know. They're all going to move down to North Carolina. It costs more than $400 just to move from North Carolina.
Right.
That wouldn't even cover gas.
That's one ticket, maybe.
You think that was his thing? Because I was wondering, like was that his whole thing? Like, come down here. Here's $400. Come down here.
That's a random number.
I don't know.
Get a U-Haul for $30, and then just.
I think he just did his budget and was like, oh, I got a $4. It was probably left over from the $6,000. I'm sure he plowed through.
I
the other handout.
I happen to think like that the court probably appointed and I think he mentioned this a little bit, that the court appointed some kind of psychologist or some kind of social worker to evaluate him independently. And remember, he said something like, "Oh, he said I'm too distraught." So he must have been interviewed by this person to see what his state of mind was.
Oh, I'm sure.
And he went in being Wally.
And
anybody, you don't have to be a psychiatrist. He took his black book and said, "I did this."
He talked about Agenda 2030.
Yeah, right. And did it.
Wally has kind of. Wally's like, I don't have a chance. Like the impression I get is like the family court is like he's done. He lost. Because he's always like, it needs to be destroyed. My lawyer is a bitch, and she should die. And the whole court system, like, it's obvious that like he's not. He understands in his mind he doesn't have a chance.
Yeah,
so now the only thing he can do is pray for the apocalypse when there's no more rule of law, and that's his in.
or try to convince baby mama the $400 will do the trick. For her to come down to wherever it is that he is.
He doesn't give up, man. I gotta the one thing. I don't even think there's an asset though. It's saying he doesn't. He's a fighter. It's like no, you gotta know when to fold him, Wally.
But it's not even rational behavior anymore. It's like just so over the top. I mean, like if he wanted to really see his kids, it wouldn't be like sending baby mama $400. It would be going back and getting a lawyer and filing suit and doing all the checking all the boxes that would need to be checked to start this process. But even if he starts it now, it's going to take like a year or a year and a half before he even gets it. These kids are going to be grown by the time. Yeah, this ship has sailed for this guy. I mean, his ridiculousness has cost him their entire childhood, and he has nobody to blame except himself. Because
and if Baby Mama wanted to say, if Wally was like, I'm fighting you for the kids, Baby Mama just has to show some various clips of his material. And
he's already buried himself, right? He's
right. Yeah,
I'm gonna kidnap them. I'm Civil War. I'm coming. Look at these guns that I shoot in the apartment.
So outlandish, yeah. So
Years ago, I had an office manager at work in my office, and myself and my partners, we knew that she was, I mean, literally, she was like a pathological liar. She was like a sociopath, right? And it always fascinated me because it took so much energy for her to concoct her lies.
You got to remember who you lied to and what you said and everything.
And people would catch her and call her out. And I worked for two brothers. One guy saw through it clearly. The other one saw through it, but kind of looked the other way because his attitude was she brings in more than she takes. I'm like, I don't go for that. But it's the same thing with Wally. I'm fascinated about the amount of energy he dedicates to this. You want to talk about false narrative? His whole life is the false narrative, right?
Exactly.
He's calling up John Field because Savage Cock left a comment. He's I better get John Field on the phone.
The energy expenditure to continue this fallacy, this fantasy that is his world, is more than if he had just lived in the real world. It's amazing to me.
Or just fess up and put it in the past. Be like, I was drunk. I said some shit. That was a mistake.
Like Dan's very first video when like Wally's on a rampage, and then Dan finally makes this video and just like explains, well, this is the deal with Wally. This is how we saw it, and it's so rational and it's so well said and it's so articulate.
I made the video.
Well, I'm not going to comment on that, but it was so well spoken, and it's like I'm like, yeah, well done, slam dunk, end of story.
Nope.
But it's just the beginning, like, because he'll go through these lengths and this and my piece of paper, and I proved this and I proved that, and it's just like Dan says, it's just so exhausting.
I used to think he was showing paperwork and being like, see, this says boom, boom, boom. I did it to like trick his audience, but he really believes that the paperwork that says I'm entitled to money translates into I'm a first responder hero and you need to shut up because we're going to court. He like believes that.
Yeah, like that whole thing. Oh, this is what I've worked for. Oh, and he's crying. And this
the
is
second
it.
MacGuffin.
And this proves everything I said. No, it doesn't prove everything. It doesn't prove that you're a first responder. It doesn't prove anything.
He pulled the okay. So the way it works is he's blaming his PTSD, quote unquote, on 9/11. But he basically found an opportunity to get money. He's pulling out the crazy card. I bet you anything he's done some time at the loony bin, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks.
He said
he's going live.
He said that they've that the cops brought him. He said of his own volition, of his own accord, he went there, and I guess they examined him or whatever. But But in some of his videos, he talks about like anxiety and whatever. I don't want to make fun of it. I'm sure. Look, everybody's got their thing. But in other videos, he said he's had this as long as he can remember. So what is it? Or in other videos, he said, well, I have insomnia because of my situation with the mother of my children and not being able to see his kids. Well, what is it? Like he doesn't. It's one or the other, or it's a combination of both.
I made fun of my video because he had nightmares, and he was like, these nightmares are from PTSD. Like, how do you know they're from like?
Right, exactly.
Oh, Wally's live right now, and the name of the live stream is Conspiracies ? OK live stream.
Well, he has 3 watching. I think I'm one of them. I just I have it in the other channel.
Is anybody else laggy?
I hear a little bit of a echo sometimes, but not all. Now it's
whatever they're using in San Antonio for internet is sucking. That's what's going on.
I like
Doc Savage.
He docks himself.
So he makes these videos saying I can't sleep. I had all this on my mind, PTSD. I can't sleep. And then the next day he'll say, oh, these fucking monsters. I drink these all fucking day. I mean,
Yeah, right,
Well, yeah.
right.
This is my source of caffeine, guys. I really like Monster. I really like the green flavor. It's really good. I like drinking. I drink it a lot. I had like 4 of these.
What do you say? Yeah, this is my only vice. That's my only vice.
He's talking a mild minute. I like drinking Monster. It's not good.
Sleep. My pussy hurts. I can't sleep tonight.
I didn't get a lot of sleep.
But that's because he's live streaming in the middle of the goddamn night. He's got no purpose, right? Like the day and the night, they don't matter.
Everything just blurs together.
You know what's the other thing? Like, like with his shooting his air guns, right? Like in the one video, like when his buddy was here, it's like, I didn't take any video at the range because my buddy didn't want to get videoed. Well, why didn't you give him the phone and let him video you, and then you'd have a little video? And I called it. He came with a target with some holes in it, with a couple of holes. Oh, I was at the range, guys. And then on another one, he showed everything lined up, all the cases.
Yeah, but it was too hot.
It's like.
Have you ever not gone shooting because it's too hot?
No, never. Never. I've been there. I've been at the range where, like,
guys, it's too hot today.
Most ranges are a freaking sand pit, a big sand pit, and like there's no shade, and you just.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's him live.
To just say insulting. That's the thing.
Like they're missing it.
There are a lot of questions that can't be answered. There are a lot of things that happen that we will never have answers to.
Him. And it just makes him look like a smooth,
sometimes beyond our comprehension or imagination to, look at a thing and see a thing and actually, accept what we're looking at sometimes, And to a point, I can't blame people for
Dan King, say something in the comments.
Looking at certain events in our history, with a microscope. The obvious one, of course, is 9/11, for example. And that was kind of like the little debate we got into. I mean, it was nothing. There was no cussing, yelling, screaming. You're this.
Boring. I thought he saw us talk about his solar flares. I was like, oh yeah. I have a world famous sun doctor. What's a guy who's a scientist who's specializing in the sun? A helio something, it probably is.
Doctor Who, Kevorkian.
Oh, that's old Wally. He's never gonna change. He's never.
I've been meaning to comment. I really think he's misunderstanding the whole castle law. The castle, like if somebody.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Yeah.
He's misunderstanding that. I think the simple fact. For instance, I'll use myself. I'm sure he's got a file on me right now. If I were to go knock on his door and he shot me and killed me, I think he'd be looking at murder charges because of the hate and anger and the file and the planning that he's left behind.
Yes.
Even Even in New York, there is a castle doctrine. It's not as there. Look, if somebody breaks into your home, and you have a means of retreat, you can go out a back door, go through a window. You're compelled to retreat. If you're backed into a corner in your own home, then you can defend yourself. But he talks about all of a sudden, though. I've noticed recently that he's talked about duties to retreat. So somebody's educated him, or he's looked it up a little bit, because you do have a duty to retreat if somebody doesn't have
you have to legally
just because somebody's in your house, just because they're in your house, or if they're not threatening you directly, you can't just. And he would say stupid shit like, "Oh, if somebody goes near my car, I can blow them away," or if they're standing on my lawn. But we found out that's not his lawn out there. You can't put booby traps there.
They called my leasing office twice, guys. And each time I got yelled at for the shit I did in my apartment. Can you believe it?
He had a very nice conversation with them.
But that's the thing.
Did you say he said? Because I said like Wally. I have a channel of line of communication. I talk to him every time we do something crazy, and he's like, "Well, I had a meeting and I made sure that my mousetrap was set up." And like I can only imagine what they told him. Like, yes, Mr. Wally, yes, sure, we'll tell you and the police, absolutely.
that was great. That he admitted that he had. That he had a panic attack right down at the CMPD. Can you imagine being a cop there? like he's like, they gave me all the time I wanted, and then they took him to the hospital, or they had called an ambulance.
What do you think their file looks like for Wally?
Oh, on Wally? Oh my God! Oh,
Has Wally
I love
ever
when you
been,
said they had a Wally guy. That's one of my
Has
favorites.
Wally ever been like in a bar fight?
What'd he do?
Like in a like in a like in a bar fight.
no, according to Babu, who comes on from time to time, he says that Wally always got. It seems that from what Babu says, who grew up with him, I guess high school time, says he was bullied and he always backed down Wally. But Wally doesn't talk like that. He talks like he's some kind of guy that I'll go with take my boys behind the handball court, and I'll give you a good old fashioned beating behind the handball court.
Right.
Babu said like Wally would always open his big mouth and then get his ass handed to him. That was like, and I'm like, I could totally see that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
probably
probably
like before he thinks, just like let me just flap my gums, pow, like.
Yeah, that's old Wally.
Let's see.
Fucking Wally.
About himself. There's not one commentary anywhere. I will pay anyone $100.
$100.
I like how he didn't play the whole video.
Or
He
prior
cut
to
it
this
off
video.
at a certain
If you
point.
could find one thing that he said that's in support or against what's happening in New York, everything is about me, about me, about me. Once
Yeah.
again, this is fair use.
Yeah,
I'm putting this together for
Yeah, you're
the
such a
sake of
lunatic.
criticism.
That's the
With so
thing.
much
Statues
material.
being scrolled across the bottom of the screen.
I think if you're
It's also
subscribed to
in the
somebody,
description
I
box
think
below.
you're allowed to
This man does not
comment
care
or
about New York.
opinionate.
He's got his things.
If anyone if you have a YouTube channel, you're opening yourself up to be criticized for it. Especially when your content is like, New York should fall into a chasm and the black
he's
bitch
just
that did the
quoting
thing
the
should
Watchmen.
die, and like.
Oh, but recently I just heard one where he said, I think I might have posted it up because I listened to the whole thing because it has nothing to do with what was he giving his excuse? One was like a bit with the hole opening up, and the other
that's
one was
the Watchmen,
and the
and
South
the other
Park
one is South
thing.
Park.
Yeah.
Which one is the one that says that he can't wait until blood flows in the East River, and a bomb goes off in Times Square? Which one was that? Was that
He was
that a
shock
South Park?
jocking.
Yeah.
That falls under the shock jock blanket
Doctrine.
clause that you can
shock-
just threaten anyone you want because I'm just shocking and jocking. I'm just some guy.
Shock jock.
Hey,
Blanket
Dan,
disclaimer.
Hey Dan, Dan, would you test that number out? Would you? Porfa?
What? What do you mean tested out? You're trying to get my info. You're trying to dox me, buddy.
No, what the fuck?
What do you mean tested number?
I sent you a number.
Is it like 1-800 eat a dick? Like what is the number?
No, it's my number.
Let me see. Why do you? So, but if I call you, then you have my number. I don't know if I want you to have my number.
No, you can say you if you're not.
We haven't hit trust yet. Okay, I get it.
All right, hold on. Okay, all right. Here you go. I'm probably gonna regret this. Here we go.
Well, forward me his number too.
Nobody.
This better not be like the number to Nambla or something like that. That old gag. Hold on, I'm trying to look it on the screen.
Some
Hold on.
dude in leather pants is gonna answer. Bueno.
That would be Wally.
Okay,
Red leather
well.
pants.
All right. How to use a phone? Okay, hold it.
I actually wanted to show Slippery on my bike.
What kind of bike you have?
It's,
Don't tell me it's a Harley.
No,
Well, which one?
It's not. It's actually it's a 95. Hold on, guys. I got a call. Give me a minute.
Yeah. Hello, is this Mr. Cock? I can't hear my headphones on. All right, so now you have my number. So if anything happens to me and my family,
we know the cock did it.
I always get those. Well, it's not always the insurance ones, but sometimes it's a Medicare, or you qualify for Medicare, and it's some call center in Pakistan or something. And then I just entertain
I'm
myself.
hanging up. Hold on.
and they ask me, "What is your name?" And I say, "Jack."
Too much to handle at one time.
Jack me off.
Jack me off, or
Yeah.
Dick Hurts, or and they never get it. They never
I tell
get
them my
it.
name's Walter Hilligas.
Is Mike Hunt in the parking lot?
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah. Oh, Savage, what kind of bike? Well, I was waiting on the edge of my seat.
Oh, I think I hung up the phone. I hope I didn't like mess him up. We can't hear you, Savage. We think you're
Savage. Oh, your mic is working again.
No, what are you? Are you
he's
back?
home now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
It
can tell
sounds
it's
really
his
good.
fancy. It's his fancy microphone.
I sound normal
man.
again.
While he's
Yeah.
making a file on you, he's like, "Oh, hidden MGTOW used an iPad at work."
Well, he's
at-
fucked
at
because it's
approximately
actually a
8 o'clock.
Samsung.
He's
a
really
Wednesday.
he's really got his balls
Why?
twisted about Hidden being in the live stream that he comes
That
in.
Canadian traitor. He said something. It was Canada and traitor, I think.
And he's going to use the Freedom of Information Act on a Canadian, huh?
Yeah.
that works.
But just like the whole why do you need this information? Oh, I want to go fuck with him on on YouTube.
Like as if I've ever give Google my real name.
Or also what's the the guy I used to be friends with him, and now he's on my nemesis's live stream. That's grounds to show your anonymous information. You're fascinating, Wally. This is why we could talk about you forever.
Actually,
That's how you make more peasants for Dan's kingdom.
Nice.
So
all right, listen, gentlemen, I love
so
y'all.
sides. All right, man.
We'll have,
Hebrew.
Days worth of footage to talk about next time. There's still
really
hours
wanted-
worth we didn't get to.
Last week sucked because it was so much from last week.
Yeah, I actually took notes. I mean, there's so much to go over.
So
you know,
I have my
read a
own
random line on your
archive.org
notes.
account.
when I just looking at this now, a known BLM supporter, we associate with it. What does that mean?
That's because we talked to GA. But in Wally's world, Antifa and BLM are the scum. They're criminals. They all should die. It's dude, they're citizens. They have the same rights you do.
But what makes someone my neighbor next door? She was wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt.
Yeah.
She's am I supposed? Am I supposed to not?
Fool.
Yeah.
She gave a lot of money to someone to buy some nice houses.
Why you even think?
No. I don't even know. I think a BLM is two things, right? I guess you can support the notion that Black Lives. I don't even want to get
bad
into
idea.
it. Yeah, I don't even want to get into the whole thing. That's
No, it's fine. We'll get Queen Mahat and Maurice on the show, and we'll just have a.
Oh, I was going to say, if you guys do this next Wednesday, I don't know that I'll be able to join, but then the following Wednesday, if we do it, I might be on location. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't know.
He would lose his mind.
Oh my god!
If you did this and his house is behind you.
Well, I have things in the works. I have some stuff. So.
Can't talk about it. Yeah.
Behind the scenes, but you don't want to say too much.
All right.
No, not too much at all. So I may not join if we do it next week, but we'll see. All right, guys.
Visit Wally's Castle Doctrine.
I'm not saying. I don't know.
That should be the name. Some people name their houses. It should be the Castle Doctrine. The name of his.
Do you want to borrow my barrel?
Yeah, it's impervious to all of Wally's weaponry.
Well, I'll leave you with this. One of my favorite moments ever was when Wally did a stream proving actually that the barrels do in fact block his less
they thwart all his weapons.
I can get you a padlock with a chain, a monkey fist, or
oh, we can get that guy Cypher on.
comic,
I
my
think
own
Cypher
mailing
used to
kit.
go on Hidden Show. He was always swinging around weapons in the.
Oh,
everyone no one had a cam up, but he looks like Rasputin and he has weapons. It was very entertaining
wasn't
just to
that
watch.
Cypher's basement or something like that? Cypher's basement.
Uncle Touchy's naked puzzle.
He seemed like a pretty funny guy, actually.
Yeah. All right. Peace, y'all. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
See ya.
10 people
Savage,
watching. Must be all my new subscribers. Like and smash, smash, guys.
Get those likes up. Get those likes up.
Yeah, make Crouching Tiger. That's cool.
Because I'm going to start promoting a Dogpile. I'm gonna use my own. Me and Dan are going about it two completely independent ways, but I'm promoting Dogpile in my own way.
you
I
guys
have
hear
some
me?
groups that I'm in. Yeah, I'm going to
Yes,
promote
we
it
hear
too.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't hear you earlier, but we hear you now.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Slippery. I was gonna ask, Dan does Wednesdays and you do Sundays or something. That'd be cool.
Wait.
We don't want to flood the
I-
market with this.
yeah,
you know.
right.
I was gonna
Yeah.
try. I was gonna try and go live the other day that I got drunk and high. But I was like, what do
Just
I
do it.
fucking
Wally
talk
does it all the
about?
time.
Well, you know,
Just
I was
get
really,
intoxicated, fire up that computer. What could go wrong?
Dan, it really crossed my mind when you couldn't do it. I was thinking about like doing my own live stream. You know, when you couldn't do it, and just putting like Dogpile Wednesday, and then
Oh,
putting.
I would have sued you.
Don't fucking do that.
20 grand or something.
The slippery version.
Just like a stamp.
We actually, when it didn't go, we were having pretty much fun in the chat. We were actually chatting it up, and there was kind of fun.
You know what pisses me off?
Wally owes me money.
He does, right?
Oh, shit.
Oh, the whole pedophile thing. I remember that.
Exactly. He
Yeah,
made a
because
video
he's-
saying prove that I'm a pedophile and I'll pay you $500. I made a video
Oh, you got
proving he
proof?
was a fucking pedophile, and then he never fucking paid up.
Well,
Classic Maga Man.
Well, that child size thing that he has, that's scary. That's
pretty
disturbing.
creepy,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's actually
okay,
palm
like-
sized. It's pretty
Like
small.
I said in that video, dude, he's got a kid's room with no kids in it, but yeah, he lets grown men sleep in it. He dresses up like
right.
Freddy
And he's
Krueger.
constantly like, "Come on, children, come to my bedroom. I have
Yeah.
toys.
Right.
Come on.
Do you think
I have
he
a
let
Mr. Potato Head. Come on."
Do you think
He dresses
his
like
buddy
Freddy
who?
Krueger, a pederast. I mean,
He actually is Freddy Krueger. He has all the
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
It's very accurate. It's
Getting
very
the accurate glove.
Do you think when his buddy was down there sleeping in his kid's bed, he let the guy play with the kid's toys that he has there, the Mr. Potato Head, and he has some other toys there, right? I remember.
I'm sure Wally has completely sterilized the room. He was like, "Oh."
He made him sleep on
my
those
friend
piss sheets.
was, "Oh, this apartment's gross now."
Now, you know, like these are two single guys. They're staying in the same place, and his buddy is in that room. Do you think his buddy, like, you know, it's lonely if you're a guy? Do you think his buddy might have manipulated himself in that room a little bit? I don't know how to say it in a classy way, but I have a feeling,
gross.
Wally. Yeah, I think that guy might have
Wally
might
should
have
run a
snapped.
black light.
I think
Left-
he
in that
agreed.
room.
I
He
think
left
It's
some
healthy. It
scabies
like
and
clears
some
out your. It's supposed to be
bed
good for the
bugs.
prostate. You gotta.
absolutely. I think Wally's friend greased Weezer in that room. I think he
Oh,
did.
You
Jesus.
gotta clean the faucet
All over
every
the
now and then.
dresser or something.
Yeah. I think, you know, or maybe that Paw Patrol shower curtain might have a little.
I think the last time that guy came up, Wally did the same thing. He's like, "Oh, he's looking to move down here." I think the guy is trying to hint, like, "Hey, Wally, how about we shack up to save money?" And Wally doesn't get that. Like he just
He doesn't realize he could send $500 next month.
You know,
You're like, listen, like you and me, we don't have a lot of money. We could get rid of the kids' room.
You can save fucking $300 a month, yo. Yeah.
I wonder how he sent it to her. Do you think he put cash in an envelope and sent it, or did
Cash
he do
App,
like?
yo. It had to be Cash App.
I bet they have a cash app
money
because
order.
again, like there's probably
The money order,
there's
dude.
probably some kind of he has to get her. Well, I was speculating wildly. I was gonna say he has to give her child support, but he may have that garnished. It just disappears from.
I
his
think
paycheck.
it must come out of his check.
The
Yeah.
way it works-
Paycheck.
The way it works with a disability is child support can claim through your disability, and SSI will pay it. So he's probably losing. He's got what, 2 kids?
Yeah.
I
He
don't know
actually
about
probably
New
isn't
York.
losing
My
that
guess,
much.
Here in Texas, it'd be about, depending on how much you make. I mean, he's retired, 13-year career. Yeah, he's looking at about $600 a month, give or take.
Yeah, I was gonna
Per
say he's
child
probably
or just
pretty
for both?
sheltered.
Per child or for both?
For both.
Yeah,
Wow.
'cause
He
he's
wants,
pretty sheltered.
I think in one of his live streams, he has the white text, black background. He says, I don't want to misquote. He says something like the amount that he pays her, it's like 1,200, maybe 14. I don't remember. And then he said 2/3 of my income goes to her or something. I'm making those numbers up, but we could figure this out if I just found that clip. But he kind of said
it's
how
the
much
$400.
Well,
he's paying her.
If
Probably
HS would hear,
$400.
he would have corrected you, Dan, and said that we pay her.
That was
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
his
yeah.
first payment. The $400
He's
was
on
the first
housing, right?
payment.
He has to
That's
be
what
on
I mean.
housing.
he's probably sheltered from.
I never looked up at that. I don't think that's like Section 8 housing where he is. It's just like a regular apartment complex.
He's like straight up on welfare. He is child support. I mean, not child support. Food stamps, housing, disability.
Well, if he gets disability and all that stuff, he probably gets food stamps and stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he has no other source of income, right?
Can I just ask a question? Why has it been like 2 or 3 weeks where we haven't seen Slippery reading any fucking thing with the sitting in the chair with the pipe and shit?
Oh, do you want to do that? Do you have it ready?
I don't even have it anywhere remotely near.
It's been weeks. I'm like, oh, there goes another show without hearing from that. Like, what's going on?
Hold on. Let me look. I usually have it around me.
Just pull something out of your ass.
I think the last time I did the segment, it didn't get a lot of laughs, and I had technical problems, and I'm like, all right, this is done.
You got to bookend it though. You got to play that clip that you play at the beginning. You got to play it at the end as well. You got to be this.
Like I said, I was gonna do that, but it took me so long. I'm like, this isn't worth the 4 people watching it.
You should just take off the audio and just have the music play, and then you just say it.
If you sat on a rock chair,
I wanted to say like a different one, be like, and this has been another episode of, and then like,
I would need like that smoking jacket with the pipe, and to make it like I'd have to act it out.
Glasses all the way down to the bottom of your nose and look down on the book. There you go. See,
it's time for Slippery reads a random part of the document Wally mailed him that Wally refers to as a cease and desist, but is really just the notarized ramblings of a probable crazy person.
Oh, you said ramblings.
All right.
For fuck's sake, Dan. I thought you were a fucking professional.
Hold on, I got it.
Hey, we got it.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, I got it. I didn't know it was that.
Wally's going, oh, they're making fun of my cease and desist. Well, they're just digging their holes.
He's like, that goddamn segment's back.
That's another, There's fucking misspellings in it. Like, dude. Like, running through... Like, Word 2001 has the spell check in it. Like, what's your excuse?
Must have been a crummy notary. He's like, yeah, it looks good to me.
Do you think the notary even, like, read it? They're just like, oh,
probably
there's a place
not.
for a notary.
If it's full of spelling mistakes and he signed it.
I was going to do some crazy, like, document to send to Kevin just to get it notarized. Just to show that they'll notarize anything, but I
probably
never
just
did
got it witnessed.
I just noticed this, that the first name of the notary is Willis. What you talking about, Willis?
Willis is almost like Wally.
I can't
He's his own notary.
I was trying to find it. I actually had a copy of it. Is that it? No. There it is. No.
I bet you the notary's name is like Willis Billy Bass or something.
Billy Bats. Well,
is this it? This looks like it.
It's on his shirt. What the hell?
No.
Oh, dude, you should make a fucking t-shirt with that on it. Monetize that shit. He'll be like, and now they're selling my fucking document on a t-shirt.
They're mocking the system of law we have in this.
Oh my god, put this on a fucking white t-shirt. And I swear to God, I'll buy it for
even the first
$50.
line, it's like, dude, this isn't a blanket thing. Like, you can't have a blank.
Like, yeah, right.
Like, or print it out twice. Put in my name and then put in Kevin's name. Print it out twice.
He's gonna have to when
Danny
he does
King.
when he wants to do his lawsuits, he's gonna have to tailor his lawsuit to me differently than to you, because we're not interchangeable people. We've committed different crimes, right? Our crimes
not anymore. You guys are connected now by this show, which means
this is good. Blatantly accusing me publicly of shooting through my walls
Rico.
In my apartment. He's got a video that says that he did it himself. He says it, dumbass.
Stealing and re-uploading.
And even if somehow we went to this fantasy court And Wally says, he said I shot holes through my wall. And I play the jury. I'm like, listen, he made a video where he said he put holes in the wall and he repaired them. Like, in his mind, they would be like, oh, but you said through the wall. So, like, nobody's going to nitpick this nonsense. It's not like I made it up out of nowhere. There's a video where he talks about how I missed and I shot a hole in my wall.
Then he has to explain the shit in the boot. He has to explain the smashed helmet. He's got to explain the Craigslist. Like, oh my God! The
no,
judge
only
would be
his
like,
enemies have to explain what they say in court.
Well, yeah,
he
but
can
he'd
say
bring it
anything
all up.
because it falls under the blanket shock jock, doctrine. So he's a shock. Wally, I'm a shock jock. Does that mean now there's no court?
Well, the difference between
I happen to
Wally
think
and fucking a shock
because
jock is a shock jock's paid.
Remember this happened?
right. You can't proclaim that.
I think because it must have happened to him already with Baby Mama in court because he said a couple of times, "Oh, my body started convulsing." I think if he gets put in the hot seat, I don't think he can handle it, and I think his rambling and his word salad and his smorgasbord of phrases don't do anything, and I think he's had panic attacks a couple of times.
Did you hear
talked
him?
about it.
I can't remember if I was watching an old video or he said this recently. He said he was waiting to meet his lawyer in New York, and he started having like convulsions.
Convulsions, yeah.
And then he said and then he mentions how he owed that lawyer money, and that was the first time they met, and the lawyer was like, "Hey, dude, are you doing okay?" And I can't remember if it was new or old, but Wally told that story, which I don't remember hearing before, how he was quivering meeting the lawyer representing him that he owed money to.
Hoping that the lawyer is gonna be like, it's okay, it's pro bono, buddy. Don't
yeah,
worry.
Maybe that was the thing. It's like, oh, this guy was crying. I'll let it slide. Another guy
I recently
you owe me $4,000.
Came across one of his videos where he put a bill for the ambulance and for his emergency room thing or whatever it was. And
Baron Yam had to pay it.
That's right. It was a Baron Yam thing.
He's like, see what you did to me, Baron
Yeah,
Yam?
right. That's exactly right. Why did he blame it on Baron Yam, though? I don't remember. But
in the suicide, he's like, it's this Baron Yam. And he was one of the guys while he was crying about it.
Oh, it was Baron. Yeah, but he blames them both on you and I. But there was a video where he blamed it on Baron Yam, and then he shows the bill.
For whatever reason, Baron Yam was responsible for the bill.
That was that was a Baron Yam one. And he was in the hole for $300. So every time he pulls these stunts, he gets put in a hole for $300.
That's why he doesn't. I think he would have done more suicides on camera. But he's like, every time I do this stunt, it's $800. It's like $500 for the ambulance and then $300 for afterwards.
Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Department shows up to check on him and shit. That probably gets a bill for that too.
Yeah, but whenever they bring him to the hospital and he has to go through the emergency room and they take him to the psychiatrist.
An ambulance is like $5,000 in America to go from your house to the hospital. It's $5,000.
It was like
probably not even insurable.
No, I actually looked at it, and it was just before we got on this live stream. It was in the middle of, but it was a Baron Yam thing, and I think it was $1,029 for a life support ambulance, and then there was a charge per mile. And then there was some other stuff, but he got stuck with $300, which makes me happy.
Yeah, after insurance, that was after we have to explain this to Hidden because Hidden is.
Yeah, right. And this is
I get everything for free, right?
You live in that socialist paradise of Canada.
They force it on you, and then they fucking bill you anyways.
And then the government makes you love fat women.
I always, I heard this statistic about Canada. I don't know how true it is, but they said something like there's in the United States there's a CAT scanner or an MRI machine for every 27 people, and in Canada there's a MRI machine or a CAT scanner for every 10,000 people or something ridiculous. That's why there's so many wait.
We have decades of waiting list for that.
I mean, it's
in a country where we're giving away billions of dollars to other countries, so make sense of that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's I'm sure you can look at it from either side and have 1,000 pluses or minuses.
And they make it so that they're not allowed to have places where you can just pay because then, that's two-tier. You can't have that. So you have to go to the States if you want to get an MRI and shit.
So you can't if you have a doctor down the road and you're I don't want to deal with the paperwork. I'm just going to go down
to the hospital.
I'm just going to pay the guy to just take a look, or give me some cold medicine, or give me antibiotics.
You can go to the doctor. That's covered.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
And,
I'm not
then if he
familiar with
gives
it.
you free samples, that's covered because I mean he's giving you the free samples. But if he starts prescribing shit, that's not free.
Hidden, we need to do an experiment. I want you to live stream your suicide. And
suicide.
And we'll call. Well, I want you to replicate what Wally did, and then we'll see what the bills are.
Yeah,
we'll
right.
compare.
Yeah, you should do that.
We'll compare health coverage.
Let me tell you, if I was up there
first
by
of all, I probably wouldn't make it. So somebody else would be paying that bill. I don't know who would be telling you what the bill was because I'd be gone.
Hey,
well, I mean, when you come back, we'll
even
be
if I was
patient.
choking myself with
Wally
my
came
own
back.
hand, I would probably end up choking myself because by the time someone would come to deal with it, I'd already choked myself.
Oh, we lost Savage again?
Is that what happened? All of a sudden, it went to the 3.
Now, if I had a wife and I was beating her up, there'd be like 50 cops and like 3 ambulances, and I'd have to pay for all that shit.
Yeah, I got to kind of. Yeah, he's back. I got to pack it in anyway. I got to get going. Guys, Dan, Hidden, Savage, always fun.
Slippery.
Yeah.
Was fun.
Have a good one. We'll do this again next week.
Okay.
And
are you going to be around next Thursday? Is next Thursday good for you?
Yeah, I'll be around next Thursday. Yeah.
Okay,
because
maybe Hebrew was saying Wednesday was not. Maybe we'll do Thursday next week.
Thursday would be actually Thursday would actually be better for me because I'm not around on Wednesday. So if that works out, that's great.
Yeah, maybe we'll do Thursday.
And we'll keep on dogpiling. That's just has to be that way.
They admit the name of their show.
Document to read.
Oh, all right. I'll have the document ready next time.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. All right. You guys got it.
You, Slippery.
Keep uploading, Slippery.
I will. And what kind of bike did you have again? I forget. You didn't even mention the bike. What kind of bike?
It's actually my first bike, dude. It's a 95 Honda Shadow. It's a bobber. It's dropped down to the ground. I got white walls. Single seat.
Beans, man. Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
I look a little big on it, but I mean it's my first bike. I can't get rid of it. But
hey,
right
excellent.
now,
attached.
You got to get a full face helmet so that those that dangling gizzard doesn't get caught in the handlebars.
All right. Yeah. Stay safe. All right, you guys.
I caught a chain on it once. Fortunately, it didn't lock, and I just kept cruising. But yeah, I got a chain caught. Anyways, long story, but I'm alive.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of like there's a lot of cars don't realize that you're out there. So every day's an adventure. All right, guys, be well.
All
2
right,
hands on the
Slippery, take care,
handlebars,
man.
Slippery.
Be good.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
man.
Peace.
Well,
I wanted to
I'm like
critique
one of
his
those. I'm
waving.
one of those nerds who thinks that riding a motorcycle is fucking insane. But I know I'm gonna get a lot. I just know Slippery is a motorcycle guy. You're a motorcycle guy.
I wanted to
Dan.
critique his waving.
Actually, I think
saw him
it's
wave.
fine. But I don't like it when motorcycle people are like, "Oh, you need to look out for me." Like they put little signs in the lawn, like "Look out for motorcycles." I'm like, dude, you know the dangers of a motorcycle. It's on you, okay? Don't make it like I have to keep my eyes peeled because you're
Dan.
riding an engine with 2 fucking wheels. Yeah. Yes.
I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, dude, but you ever see the movie The Boondock Saints?
No, it's on my list though. I haven't watched it yet.
He's about to be a
Dude, you look
dick.
like Rocco.
Some guy said I look like some wrestler, and it's like the 3rd time someone said I look like this wrestler, but I can't remember the wrestler's name.
No, dude, you look like Rocco, dude, from that movie, dude.
Now I'm
Straight
gonna
up.
have to fire. I'm gonna have to fire up Boondock Saints now.
It's on Tubi, dude. It's on Tubi.
I can't remember the wrestler. It was like something McDog, dog something. Hidden's a wrestling guy. Help me out here. I need to get a Money AD on. Some rando at the beach from Kentucky was like, "You look like this wrestler, Mad Dog something." I don't know.
Mad Dog. That's like
Hey,
old
so
school.
I'm curious.
Is that a guy? Now I'm googling wrestler Mad Dog.
So I'm curious. Besides 9/12 and the helmet incident, does Wally have any other like life stories to share?
There was one he rescued his daughter.
Yes,
which no one really disputed. But he made it like he got her and was driving to the hospital, and he coordinated the police to escort him to the hospital. Which I don't know if I believe that part, but oh, is this me?
Yeah.
I gotta look at it.
This guy.
yeah. I need to do this though.
That's why I was like, he's about to be a dick when he said it.
I try to look like him.
Look, he's even opening his
that
shirt.
guy's in better shape than I am, though.
I think he's waving a gun around too.
Oh, is he about to shoot these guys in the head?
Yeah.
It's like, we're all laughing. Bang, bang.
He's got the white T-shirt, so he can put the logos and shit on it.
Well, this guy's not that bad looking. Well, he's better looking than me. So maybe you flattered me. I don't know. Listen, I'm sorry I made fun of your motorcycle. Okay.
Isn't that like Billy Connolly? No, it's not. Man, I just got fucking stoned.
Yeah, this movie keeps like coming up in my life. Like people are like, have you seen this movie? So I guess
Daryl
now I
from
gotta
The
watch
Walking
it.
Dead. Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead.
Oh, is it early Daryl?
Yep. That's where he got his. That's where he got his fame first. Yeah.
Guy's got better teeth than I do.
It's a good movie. This guy's crazy. He's got so many guns strapped to him.
Oh, is that he's like a Matrix guy.
He's got all kinds of fucking holsters all over him. Fuck. Those are all holsters on his belly and his chest and shit.
It's probably very heavy.
Yeah.
And then you forget which one you use, so you got to keep reaching. I remember there was a Maga Man picture where he had two pistols on the same side of his body. He had like a hip and then lower on his hip. Like how do you look at this? And he's walking around at Walmart. It's like dude, like what do you think is gonna happen at Walmart? Oh, that's my video.
That's the first thing that comes up in the image search.
Yeah, that was when I got a email that said, "Oh, you get a penalty for doing something," and I was like, "Oh, penalty! I got a penalty." That was when Wally was actively harassing me with email, but then it stopped.
What's this?
Creepy Psycho Wally threatening people's children.
Slippery's channel. I played all his fucking channel on my last stream. I
started
watching.
I was laughing when you were going over his drunken live stream. How he sees that and is just like, yeah, I'm gonna keep this up, like fucking lunatic. Oh, I missed a private chat.
Took it down while I was doing it the first time, and I had to bring it back up the second time.
Oh, you're the one. You're the one who. I was gonna say I missed a private message. It was you.
Yeah, it's from way back. Oh shit! Where did Savage go?
Savage is having a hard time.
Oh.
With the internet.
Oh shit! This isn't the right. It's not sharing the right thing. I clicked on that. Let me put it here.
Okay.
So sad.
Am I on?
You are on.
Like he's about to have a serious conversation
Yeah,
with that outfit on, and he thinks it's fun. He doesn't think his audience. He's such a weirdo. God. I was gonna get a Wally costume, but it was too expensive.
Please play that fucking that piano music. Put that piano music in the background if it's a sad video.
You reduce.
Oh no.
I don't know. I can't do two. I have the piano. There's one video that I always use for the piano music, and it's like he's ranting. It's a black background, white text, so it's perfect because it's just the music with no other sound.
I've got him on two different monitors, and he looks sadder on one of them than the other one.
It's just so like.
I really have nobody here.
Bunk beds.
Men sleep there in that room.
And this is why.
Hey, those fucking beds are tiny, dude.
Little blaster man was curled up on the bottom. Do you think he went in the top bunk, which was?
How far away do you think he is from those beds? Because he looks like he's about the size of half of the bed. Like,
Dude, I bet you
They're
they were
probably
playing,
just
like,
twin-size beds, right? I think you get
they were
like
playing-
teeny
like,
tiny
twin
beds.
sizes are probably singles.
They were playing like inmate. Let's play inmate and like bully each other.
Those are
Like,
definitely the cheapest. Cause like, wouldn't you want to get like some nice wooden ones or something? Like they just look like a jail cell.
She looks for like convicts. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like for your kids, you'd get like wood, just so it like looks like furniture, But he just got like no cheap.
Watch his next video. He'll have wooden ones that he made out of 2x4s.
Like people say I have band bunk beds, well, let me show them. They're gonna have to prove that in a court of law.
Oh Jesus, that I don't understand.
Yeah. Well,
It's
he
like,
bought some.
here's my
Oh.
opinion.
Oh,
But
yeah,
you need
yeah.
to prove that opinion in the court of law. It's
Remember
like,
that
what
video
the
when
fuck
he
are
tore
you
that
talking
room
about?
apart? He was throwing like the mattresses across the room.
I
No,
didn't see
you've
that.
mentioned that before, and I never saw that.
Really, dude? Okay.
He was he was angry, like having a fit.
Like, he was angry, dude. He was pissed off, dude. He was in his kid's room, and he like tore the beds apart. And he was just throwing the mattresses across.
Oh, he was like, I got this for no reason, and he was trashing the place.
Yes, dude. He's going through
That's
the
so
little
Wally.
fucking,
I
like,
believe that.
bitch fit,
No, I
dude.
never saw that. I would have loved that.
I mean, why did he get that stuff?
I think baby mama
Dude,
said, "Well, you don't even have a place for the kids to stay." I bet you that was like part of a conversation they had, and he was like, "Well, well, what do you think about it now?" And it's like, "No, I
Back-
still
now
don't
it's
like
like
it."
Now it's a hill.
Back when I was cool with him, dude, I told him I would send him a fucking message, dude. I told him, dude, hey, dude, turn that room into like a gym, put some weights in there and work out, and like just forget about it.
He could-
I
he
was
could
trying
have,
to
like,
be
a
cool
little-
with the guy, dude. I
Like,
was
he
trying
could
to be
have,
cool
like, a
with the
little-
guy,
room.
dude. And then he just kept crying and crying, and it was just fucking like nonstop, dude. And then I just
There
got
was one
sick of
video,
it.
I think it was when he was apologizing to me. He has a clothesline, and you could see his underwear. Like, there's 3 pairs of underwear, and it's in the background of the shot. Like, dude, close the door.
So he doesn't even dry his
What?
clothes in the dryer. He puts them on a line.
Yeah, I don't know the circumstance. I don't know. Like, he has a washer and dryer. Maybe it's like he's saving
Was he like?
or something.
Was he bleaching?
Hey, Hidden. Hey,
What's
Hidden.
up?
We're, I'm not trying to be
trying to
nosy,
find
man,
it.
but where are you from?
Ottawa.
Iowa?
Ottawa. Ontario.
You blew Savage Cock's mind. He's like,
Dude, yeah, dude. I'm not gonna say anything.
What's in
else. I'm just
Ottawa?
gonna, like, listen, dude.
his brain froze for a second. I heard
I'm
it.
like,
It's like,
what the fuck? Where
Ottawa, Ontario,
fucking in
Canada.
Earth? Okay, all right. Canadian.
yeah,
All right,
Hidden's
all right.
kind of sort of close to me. Like, not not on top of one another, but because I'm like an
Oh, shit.
hour north is Lake Ontario.
Do you ever come down to like the Americas?
No.
Have you ever been down to Mexico?
Absolutely not.
Dan, have you been down to Mexico?
Yeah, I did Cancun a couple times, and then I rented a Jeep, and I drove inland to go to Chichen Itza. They have that step pyramid that's always on the brochures in
Really,
Mexico.
dude? I have a rock from the fucking pyramids. Yeah, dude. You
And
went
then on
to
the way
Cancun,
back, I
really?
ran out of gas. Like, I was running low on gas, and I went through some like toll, and I was like, "Do you guys have any?"
Drove through Mexico?
Yeah, I rented. This is like in the '90s when I guess you could still.
Oh.
I drove from Cancun to Chichen Itza, which is like maybe like 6 hours. But on the way back, I was running out of gas, and I'm like, "There's no gas stations anywhere." And I went to a toll booth, and I'm like, "I'm running out of gas. Do you guys have any gas?" And they're like, "Yeah, we have some gas. How much money do you have?" And they did, and this was like the state-run toll booth, and they like took all my money for like a gallon of gas.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I paid like $122 for a gallon of gas. I was like, "It's on me."
That's why I asked you, like, when did you do this? I was about to praise you, dude. Like Cancun. If it was like after 2008. Up until now,
Yeah,
dude,
no,
I
like,
was wow,
like
dude,
I was
you're
thinking about. I
insane.
wanted to take. I want to get my kid into like azure blue water, but I was like trying to do it for cheap, and I'm like, oh, Cancun is like only like a 5-hour air because he's autistic and like the airline, it's a whole thing. But I'm like, I don't think you can go to Cancun anymore. It's like kind of dangerous from when I was
Oh, it's
like
very
when I went there as a
dangerous,
kid.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I go to Juarez about twice a month sometimes. It used to be known as the most dangerous city in Mexico. But like I go there to party, dude. Like I go there to eat, I go there to fuck. I just go there like just to get out of the house. You know what I mean?
I go
Well, it's
there to
probably
make
it's like
kids I
just
never
it's probably.
see.
I think you said you were on the border, so it's like it's probably just
Yeah,
like
I'm right on the border, dude.
Yeah.
I can be in Juarez, Mexico, dude.
How
in
many
like,
kids do you think he's got and he doesn't know?
10 minutes. Who, me?
Yeah, you. In Mexico,
Dude.
you got a whole bunch of Mexican kids and you don't even know where they are or who
Dude,
they are.
actually, dude, I got some fucking child support letters today.
Ah!
I got 3 of them, dude. And,
From 3 different people?
I went to visit my mom, dude. I went to visit my mom to go check on her, see how she's doing. And she goes,
She's like,
here, you
here's
got some
some
mail.
mail.
I'm like, okay. I went to check my mail, dude. Shit. But yeah.
Shit, son.
just send her $400 and an apology. I heard that works.
Did that do it?
Well, where are these postmarked from Mexico?
Oh, yeah. Back to where I was, dude. Mexico, dude. The women are cheap. The food is cheap, dude. The drinks are cheap.
This is a video I'm trying to.
Oh Lord!
Look over his shoulder. He's got a fucking clothesline set up back there.
Oh yeah, he's got like a tea towel and
I'm
some
trying to
underwear there.
I'll try this. Looks like t-shirts. There was one like he did in another video where it was like 4 pairs of underwear. I'm like, what are you doing, Wally? Close the door, man.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
He's showing his medals. He's got medals.
This is when it's like a 2-hour live stream, and he was apologizing to me. But is it and this is he says, "Oh, I apologize to Dan, and he told me to go fuck myself." But his apology was, "Okay, Dan, we're friends now, and you need to take down all your videos because we're friends, and you need to team up with me and fight the evil Slippery." That was this video, and I was like, "Dude, how are you asking anything of me? Like you fucking."
Did you know
lunatic.
Slippery at that point, or did he introduce you to him because he's?
Yeah, we actually. I think Kevin. He sent a message to me years ago. He's like, do you know? I think he saw me commenting on Wally's Facebook thing, and he's like, do you know Wally? Like that's the rest of his history. But we really didn't start communicating until Wally started thinking I was him, and I was like yelling at him like behind the scenes. I was like, dude, like every time you make a video, Wally thinks it's me, and he's like, yeah, it's great. I was like, fuck you. And we were like just laughing about it.
That's why Babu's so great, because he's a new unknown. He still hasn't figured out who he is.
Yeah, we have people from every epoch. Except I would love to get like somebody who knew Wally from the 9/11 days, because like they wanted to stuff him in a trunk and all that. So we still have to find a 9/11
How do you know
guy.
What about
Wally made a video. He's like, "Oh, these 9/11 guys want to stuff me in a trunk." I think it's on Babu's channel. It's like a 40-minute video, and Wally's like imagine like that's what you have in common with someone is like you helped clean up Ground Zero, and somehow you piss off those dudes. Like what? What did you do?
I'm gonna raid Babu's channel this weekend.
Do you guys know anything about his band?
Yeah, they played a gag on me with that one. They got video. They got video of him playing guitar, and they put it up, and I didn't know it was him playing. I was saying shit about the band.
Babu and I was like, "Oh, have you ever heard of Engine of the Sun? Oh yeah, it's really cool." We were playing like Good Cop on Hidden. Like, yeah, it's the best. Oh yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
You ever heard that band? They don't have a lead singer, but they're still pretty good. Imagine
think
going
I'd
to a
sing
bar with no lead singer and you're just jamming on a fucking guitar. Like, who wants to listen to that?
That band is fucking horrible, dude. I'm not trying to be a dick, dude, but yeah, that band was fucking horrible.
What, you went to go see them?
I bet you. No, dude, I've seen the videos on YouTube, dude. I bet you Wally named the band, wrote the songs, named the songs. Like, he did everything for the fucking band.
I don't remember anything about it, other than I didn't recognize him.
It was just horrible, dude. It was just very, very bad music, in my opinion.
So they weren't doing covers; they were doing original music on top of it.
They didn't have a lead singer.
Yeah,
Like, what are you gonna do?
They had a couple of videos where they were like, I guess, practicing, and they did have a singer, dude. You could tell everybody was just miserable, like they didn't want to be there. They
I
had a
linked
couple
it somewhere. There was like an old, like I think it was like from 2006. There was a like a web page, and it was like Engine of the Sun, and there was a link to a video. And that was
yeah.
Is there like yeah, man? There's gonna be like
You'd
a
have to go
nice
through like all the
paste.
descriptions of all my videos. I don't remember what it was. I remember how. Oh, I know how I found it. I typed in his email address. That's that. Let me try to.
It's gonna pop up like old fucking social media shit with like stuff that he can't get into anymore.
I can't remember.
So he can't take it down. It's like they want my ID to do something with the account. I can't close it or do anything.
I'm trying to figure out how I can find this quickly. Let's see. Oh wait, there it is. I'm actually looking at his old eBay. There's nothing on it, but for a while we found his old eBay thing. So he was like selling everything in it that wasn't nailed down for money, so he could move, and we were laughing at all the stuff because you could see what he was selling, and it was like all random shit.
Like what? Like fucking barbells.
Like knives and forks and a towel, and I'm making shit up, but like it was just like anything that he could get rid of.
Bag of socks that are unmatched. Bag of unmatched socks.
He was selling his jerseys, but apparently they're worth like people were buying them like they're worth money. I don't know.
Well, yeah, there's like a market.
Has he ever lived alone? Like, was he ever independent before disability?
I think he said after his parents he moved in with a roommate.
Okay, so no.
But I don't know anything else than that.
Like independent, like he lived by himself. He paid his rent, like he does now, but back then.
I don't think so. I think there was somebody always there.
So it was parents, and then a roommate, and baby mama, and then the street apparently, right? Because he was homeless.
Well, baby mama's parents, right?
Well, I think he said like he was homeless and they took him in, which doesn't make sense because
after
he was homeless right around where he grew up.
After he choked her or after he impregnated her?
But like, why wouldn't baby mama? Why wouldn't his mother be like, "Come stay with us until you get back on your feet"? It was just weird that he was homeless and his parents lived nearby.
Like his parents must know about the kids. That's the one thing that I have a question. Like, his parents must go and see the kids.
He gets all his pictures of the kids from his mother's Facebook page. Because we went there, and she, for whatever reason, a lot of it's public. So Wally just lifts the pictures from there. Like, I bet she doesn't realize that if a non-friend can see the pictures there, because she would probably lock them down. But she's
older
like a
people
boomer.
don't know that shit. Yeah. People in their family should be telling them that.
Because everyone, whenever he uses pictures of the kids, they're all from her channel, which is telling because it means that no one is voluntarily sending him pictures of the kids. Like, what's going on there? I mean, we know.
Well,
what's going on
and everything she posts is out there too, not just for his pleasure, but for everybody. Like, older people don't get that. You got to tell them to lock all that shit down.
Yeah, boomers, they don't. For a while, my mother was posting like lost dogs in a neighborhood, but for whatever reason, she was sending them just to my wife, who lives, we live like 200 miles away. So I was like, Mom, I don't think we're gonna be looking for Fluffy because
just in case you
definitely didn't make
see.
it 90 miles. I think we're 90 miles away. The dogs didn't make it 90 miles. I can't find Wally. I'm trying to find Wally's thing. I'm giving up.
What was it? Empire of the...
I'm looking up his email address, and then I think... I can't remember the end
of the Sun.
Engine
I tried looking
of
for
the
the
Sun.
Videos. Yeah, I tried looking for the videos on YouTube. They had a channel. It's not there anymore.
All right, let me look at... I'll look at my email.
I think Slippery uploaded one of their videos once upon a time on his
I'll look at my
channel.
main email then I'll look in the sent folder.
Yeah, dude. I'm not being a dick, dude, but that band was fucking horrible.
And then I'll type in asshole because my subject to him was, hey, asshole. Okay, so there's his email address. So let's start there. Yeah, the subject of my mail to him was, hey, asshole. And Wally, that was in response to you taunting me, because right now I can hear Wally saying, he admits emailing me. Yeah, I emailed you because you sent me a message, a crazy person message saying, you must take everything down, otherwise...
Hey, do you guys ever wonder how much shit he carries on himself? Like,
we don't have to. He shows everything.
Yeah. Stun gun, police cars, CIA cars.
He's got so many police cards. His pocket's full. It's like all bulging out with police cards.
Yeah, like
he's like doing dealer cop.
I kind of called him out for that shit, and he, in his drunken video, he was like, the cops, all the cards I have are, like, he was defending. I said, Wally, those aren't your friends. Those are like, whenever you get in trouble, the cops give you a business card out of it. Doesn't mean every time you get them, they like you more. And he was like, oh, he was like trying to dispute it.
No, they give you
like they're my friends
for a different reason.
One of the stories he tells cracks me up because he said, oh, when the cops came, like, he got in trouble with his guns, probably with the apartment stuff. And the cops, like, Wally was like, oh, they like coming. I educated them. So I imagine one of the cops was like, gee willikers, Wally, you sure do have a lot of weapons. Can you tell me about them? Like it was a cop trick to get Wally to tell them about, oh, let me tell you about the weapons. I modified them myself to make them more, like, they would try to, like, you know, get Wally to, like,
you can take down a deer with this one.
Yeah, like they would like pretend, oh wow, you have some neat weapons. Can you tell us about it? As they get out their cop pad, and Wally's too stupid to realize the cops are just, like, you know, trying to get information out of him. I'm giving up. I can't. I have his email address. I don't know how I found it. Maybe they took it down. Maybe he saw that and he reached out to his friend from 10 years ago. That's somebody I could email. I should email. There was another person's name, one of the band members. I should reach out to them and be like, hey, do you not like Wally? Because we don't.
Some band stories would be fucking cool, dude. Yeah.
Well, let me put it this way. You can't just erase a band unless the band didn't really exist.
It did exist.
No, I mean, it didn't exist as something that was anybody would remember.
They played on stage, believe it or not.
But well, I can believe that, but he didn't sell records or anything like that.
No.
He probably didn't even sell T-shirts.
Oh, do you think they had a logo? They had the website was like a sunset over the water. And that
like
was
if you ever get signed, that's not yours anymore. So even just video of them playing on stage would be owned by any record label or anything that's involved. So if
there's no record labels involved.
That's what I mean. It's not really a band. It's just a bunch of people getting together and playing instruments.
What's the slowest night at the bar, dude? Can me and my band
well, open mic. That's what open mic is.
Wait, what kind of music do you play? Well, we don't have a lead singer, but XYZ.
Yeah, they're like, it's open mic, you know, like we're expecting a singer.
I liked what he was wearing, dude. It was these like leather pants with like a tucked in red shirt. He looked like a vampire, like in one of those 1800 type.
1800 type. Levi Strauss.
No, leather pants. Like
what if I do Dan
like
King
fucking,
Engine of the Sun? Dan King
Engine of the Sun.
Because I left it in the description.
Oh.
In YouTube. I'm looking through all my videos, but I can't. What? Join friends? What? Oh, it's saying okay. Now, let's see. Yeah, I can't remember which video I talked about it, but I linked it. I'm like, check out Engine of the Sun, guys. And it was a YouTube channel, so I was like, make sure you leave a like and subscribe.
Where did you guys show it to me?
I guess we like found it. Like that's why I'm wondering, like, did something change and it was taken down?
Was it something that is still up? Like, was
That's
it?
what I mean. Like maybe it was taken down, but I know I linked
No,
it.
I
So.
mean when you guys showed it to me.
Yeah.
It was. We were on stream when you were showing it to me. Where was that?
That was
probably the video of that. So it's probably there at least.
Oh, you mean in
like
your
if
video?
it was on, yeah, if it was on 4 Letter Friday, then I could know to look for it there. And
yeah, but that would be just as like. I'm looking at all the descriptions of my videos. That would be just as hard to like.
Well, I
you'd have
admit
to
I've
go
got
through
some
all
long
your...
ass videos, but they're not hard for me to go through. I put them on 2x speed.
And there's that 10-hour one where you snored like for 5 hours.
10 hour? No, man. It was like a full fucking. I think it was 16 hours. And I was sleeping for the last 6. Or the last 4.
I'm getting sad because I realize I have all these links.
Did nobody fucking archive that shit? God damn it!
Yeah, it's all links to Wally's old channel, so they're just all to nothing. They go nowhere.
That's funny. It's like that band never existed.
Yeah, maybe we should reach out to Wally's band members.
That'd be cool.
Like, hey,
now I don't even believe it.
Stories.
Who the fuck
I
is
found
Walter?
it.
What? Where?
Found it.
Nice. Save it.
Right,
Save it.
Here we go.
Give me the link.
Yeah, the
private
website
chat,
itself looks like it was made
quickly,
like in Geo.
Before it gets erased, save it.
Hurry up and give me the link, please.
Oh, can I do that?
Yes. I need that link.
Oh shit! The fucking head is getting a hard on over here, dude. What the fuck?
Did I do it? I did it. Let's see. Share. Share. Oh, I was sharing my screen the whole time. Share screen, yes. Chrome tab. I like the little Chrome tab business. There it is. Look at that lame fucking. It's like it's like designed for like an ancient computer. Adobe Flash. It doesn't work anymore. But there's a link to a video. Yeah.
I can't tell who's who.
There's our man.
Oh, there
yeah. Engine of the song. We don't need no fucking lead singer. Who's
the
that
guy's
in the background?
He's sitting at the bongos, just turning Mega Man's guitar off.
The bongo guy's like, I got nothing to do. Trying to figure out where they are. Are they in a bar? It looks like this video game and shit back. PC room, email.
Must be a jam space or something.
It's not even a whole song.
What is that? What's the name of the channel or something? Tell me what this is. What is this?
What is what?
What's the channel that's on?
What do you mean channel?
It just plays a video.
There's a link in the chat. Right?
Where?
Did it show up?
Copyright.
Oh, you put it in. You put it in the regular chat. I thought you.
Yeah, I don't care. You know, whatever. Oh, you look in the private chat? Yeah, no. There you go. You have it forever. I spent way too much time finding Engine of the Sun. But I think there's a... now I'm looking at it again. I think there's an email address there somewhere, right? Let's go back.
While he's calling
there's a guy named Will. There's his email address, and then it's Wally's old email address.
Email Will. Say what's up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I should be like, hey, Will.
We should talk. Like,
He's gonna be like, it's my old Engine of the Sun email, guys. You must be a fan. Right now, Wally's going, they're trying to dig up information on me. They admit it. known doxer. Is he still live
No
streaming?
doxing, bro.
Give me like 2 minutes. I got a 15 pack to get rid of. I'll be right back. Nope. Don't
I don't
leave.
know what he's looking at. While he's still live streaming. Maybe he live streams when I live stream to distract him from watching my live stream.
Well, that could be.
Because it's like a switch.
Or it could be to counter it.
Yeah, he did that once. He started exactly when I started mine. I was like, oh, I see how it is.
Wait, where the fuck did that go?
Do you want me to put it in a private chat? I'll put it in a private.
No, I downloaded it, but I'm trying to find where I put it now.
Yeah, how is does that mean someone is still paying for that website? Like how is it still up? It's like no one's editing it anymore.
Could be a free website.
Yeah, but even like a free, that's like a 10-year-old. What was the date on it? Let me see. Ooh, I'm looking at the wrong one. It's MMXI, 2011.
Oh, I think I know where I put it.
Hey, I'm on a iPad. Is there a way of changing the camera around?
Yeah.
Is there? Yeah, I think there's a front. Well, it depends how if you have an ancient iPad. I think there's only
settings. No, there's settings in StreamYard. I think. Check the StreamYard. Go into the camera settings.
Yeah, I've never done it with an iPad.
I did it with my tablet today, and it was making me pick which camera I wanted to put it to.
You probably have to give it permission and all that.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna wrap it up in a few minutes anyway.
Oh, okay.
I'm not like Wally. Can't go on for 8 hours.
I can.
Yes, I know.
I did 20.
In
20 is the longest one. 20 is the longest one, man.
20.
20 fucking hours, man. And I was actually awake for the whole fucking thing, too.
But how does that... So is that the cut? Is that how many hours you get from StreamYard?
No, I don't do it that way.
Oh, right. You just have the thing.
I bypass that.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of these days I'll figure out how to do that. Oh, we got something.
Hard.
We got black.
You just put your hash in.
Yeah, but I mean, like I had like delays with the audio. There's all kinds of weird, specific shit I gotta figure out.
You gotta play with it a bit.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Ugh. I just give up. I'm like, this is easy. Oh, there's the crib. You don't play chess. Come on. When was the last time you like played chess with a human being?
Like fucking a week ago, maybe.
Yeah, you're a chess guy. That's cool.
Yeah, I've been locked up, Dan. Yes, I play chess.
Ah! Yeah, I had a friend who was he was, I guess, my ex-brother-in-law, I guess you'd say. But yeah, he had spent some time and he like played chess with me and beat me in like 6 moves because he's like yeah, I was like in jail. This is all you could do for hours every day.
Watch. I was gonna show you guys some pictures. Hope you don't mind. It's gonna be kind of dark, but all right.
It better not be a dick. It's gonna be a dick.
That's. I know you can't see it, but that's me on stage, blowing fire.
Oh, dude, it's like what do you got, a black light going on? What's going on?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, we just see rectangles. We can't see anything.
All right, give me a second. Yeah.
Do you really want to show you pictures? Hidden is getting uneasy. Hidden is like, oh, Mr. Anonymous guy. He's like, why is this guy?
Those are his pictures, man. If I saw my face in there, I'd be like, whoa.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean that. That would be really weird.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh shit, that's fucking weird.
That's me. That's me in Al Jurgensen ministry.
The band ministry.
Yeah, that's Al Jurgensen.
Nice.
I can't see anything, but I used to be a big Ministry fan. But their music is weird. Every other album is like different music.
That's me with the chick from the Thrill Kill Cult. I mean, my life with the Thrill Kill Cult.
Yeah.
Lizard Man.
Can't see nothing.
Oh,
the tattooed guy.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that guy's got to be like, I shouldn't have done this every now and again, right?
That's Pat O'Brien.
Every week.
Singer from Creator, drummer from Nile, and the bass player from Gorhor.
I don't think I know any of those bands.
What?
I know Ministry, and I know Thrill Kill Cult. Jesus Built My Hot Rod. It's a love affair, mainly Jesus and my race car.
That's me in the background with two whores.
That must be south of the border.
It is. No, actually that was here. Sucking a fat chick's titty.
Oh, we can't see anything.
Good.
That could be a skinny chick, for all we know.
Okay, Hidden, your turn. Show some pictures of your house.
Of my house.
Okay.
Oh,
I would get like a stereotypical like Canadian log cabin, like what every American thinks every Canadian lives in.
Dude, he has like a grizzly bear drinking coffee outside, or
yeah, walking around.
Red ale and shit. Dude. Like, oh,
he's got a stump with an axe in it, you know, like waiting to cut wood.
Do you wear flannel, dude? Don't lie, dude. Do you? Is it red and black? Don't lie.
I do in the winter. Yeah. I'm not wearing flannel right now. It's pretty fucking hot.
I was gonna say.
It's like
he's only
28 degrees right now.
Hey, what's the word with marijuana over there? Is it legal? Is it not?
It's legal.
Is it cheap?
Well, I mean, nothing changed on the street, but it's a little more expensive in the shops because they got fancy containers for it and shit.
Yeah.
Like you can walk into a shop and like just get like whatever, and then it's cool.
Yeah. You gotta show your ID if you look like a baby, though.
I drove to New Hampshire from here, and somewhere, I don't know what state I was in, but they had billboards along the side, like, hey, you know, go to this dispensary. And I was like,
yeah, boy.
But apparently, I looked into it. Apparently, you still need like a card or something. So I'm like, what?
Well,
some of the billboards said coming soon. Like I think the states are still like figuring it out. But I would have made a pit stop if I could just walk in like a 7-Eleven and just buy a thing.
Okay. What is this? There was one I wanted to fucking put in here. There's a video.
My prescription is for my psychoidosis.
Your glaucoma, yeah.
And my fucking
my eyes.
Pulmonary
sarcoidosis.
My back, spinal bifida or whatever the fuck.
Shit.
Oh, for real? I thought you were making fun of Wally.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Sounds bad.
This is probably
Real
violating
bad.
some kind of terms of service.
Oh my God, CMPD! Look, they're drug dealers.
You're gonna get my video taken down. We're gonna see what happens.
This is tobacco. You see?
Yeah. Okay. There you go. I just keep it in my prescription.
I sit alone in my living room of the Bradley. Wait, is this on? Let me pump up my Titman. I got something for you trolls. Yeah, I'm a 9/11 creep. I can't discern. CNN is on, seeing bodegas being burned. IKEA screen staring at a Disney. I'm paranoid, sleeping with my mace under the pillow. I fatty living, no I ain't living right without sucking down a Bud Light. See, I got sarcoidosis and I keep on thinking about chicken nugget toes. I say Harambe instead of black. I know who Mjolnir is and he's watching my back. I hear gunshots and dive to the floor. When I get hungry, I cook some Dinty Moore. I got a black shirt and some Oaks, a MAGA hat and a fucking selfie pole. Some might say I'm super pissed, B, but don't. There's a Disney trying to kiss me. I'm pumping up the Titman by the window. Every 20 seconds, gotta bring up internet trolls. Apartment office phone is tapped. Oiling up my lawn for traps. Staring at another man's boner. It's fucked up when Yam's playing tricks on you.
It's just him walking around the car. He doesn't. I don't think I heard this. He rhymed
I sold a
sarcoidosis
Blaze
with
logo. I
toes.
drive a Ram 4. Everybody know me. It's like I'm a criminal, but late at night. Something ain't right. I feel like I'm tailed by red pill wind's headlights. Is that a fool that took my MAGA sign? Or is it that Disney last night that I caught? Or is it the time I stole $20,000? Thought it was Thursday, hid and missed the hour. Reached under my seat, grabbed a gamble for them suckers. And used to be lying, I was scared of a motherfucker. But they laughing at me when those gunshots clicked. If it's going down, let's just get the cops over here. Here they come, just like I figured. I got my CPA card for those Disneys. What I saw make your ass start giggling. 3 Magnetos biking near their citizens. I live by the store. I take my boys to the Walmart because I'm paranoid. I keep looking at the trollers and showing the black court justices. Yeah, I was playing tricks on.
Yeah, brought it out. It's perfect, just him walking around the car to the rhythm.
Day by day, it's more impossible to cope. Damn, I miss them chicken nugget toes. Can't keep a steady hand cause I'm limp-wristed. I look like a priest in my outfit. Pandering the kids. And trying to find an outlet to be a racist. I know that Tico's looking at me. But it's still hard for me to see Penny. I often drift while I drive. Having fatal thoughts of self-deletion. Bang and get it over with. But it's a pepper ball that won't do shit. I got a little boy to look after. But I'm too much of a selfish bastard. I had a woman that would secretly laugh at me. But she bit my nipple and she scratched me. The daughter kicked me out of that shit. Then I started crying like a bitch. Now she's back with her mother. Now I'm realizing that I love her. Now I'm feeling lonely. God damn, that yam's playing tricks on me.
Who the fuck wrote this?
This is Burn, yeah.
This year when the con fell on a weekend, me and Tico's Fire Dan are speaking. 9/12 really sucked ass till we pissed off the Hebrew spaceman. So I started posting tons, do a little turn so you could see my stun buns. I said you gotta headshot me, so I dug a trap on public property. They were gonna let up, I thought, but these Disneys wanted to get caught. He was posting about my love of feet. Now that's the Disney I be seeing in my sleep. So we dogpiled on him, jumping them motherfucker files on him. The more we swung, the more blood flew. Then he disappeared, and his lawyer disappeared too. And he felt just like a fiend. The manosphere punched him in the spleen. It was dark as fuck on the streets. My throat was all sore from yelling, "In there, 501c!" God damn, homie. That yam is playing tricks on me.
Who the fuck did you learn not to fucking laugh before you
That's fucking brilliant. Sarcoidosis and toses. I don't think it really rhymes, but
no,
you know,
he
it's
said
fine.
He said sarcardose.
Sarcoidosis and toes.
He didn't. Yeah, sarcardose. Sarcoidosis.
It's a big. He's got the big.
But I love them
bash
chicken
on the
nugget
windshield.
toes.
I really wonder if the what do you call it, the insurance guy was like, if you keep that tire cover on your car, we may drop you. Like, I wonder if there's got to be, like, if you put something obscene on your car that infuriates people, the insurance company has to be like, we can't keep fixing your thing because you're, you know, freedom of speech, but you know, yeah, you can't say some racist crazy shit in your car.
and then expect not to get your windows blown out.
Yeah, like, I bet, because the tire cover came off after that. Like, Wally kind of mentioned, like, I took it off as a courtesy. He says it in a weird way, but it's like, it sounds like he got...
They told him to take it off.
He's tossing pepper ball grenades.
I bet you they said, like, if you keep this on, we, you know, may... The next time I come out, you know, there'll be a note, and, yeah, no more insurance.
Yeah, we'll end up taking more from your disability welfare.
Oh. The insurance just jumps.
All right, I think I'm going to wrap it up. It's 1:45 to midnight. Three and a quarter hours. I know this is just another Tuesday for Hidden.
What is it, like 2 hours ahead?
Another Tuesday on a Wednesday.
What time is it over there?
It's 13 minutes to 12.
Yeah, he's in the same longitude. I couldn't think of the
time zone.
I remember my my teacher said like longitude is long. That's how you know it's up and down. Like you have to remember. For some reason, it sticks in my head. Longitude is long.
The other one, latitude, is like a ladder. There's steps you can go up on.
Oh, that's good too. I just remember longitude is long because like around the North Pole, like the latitude is very short. It's a little circle. You know, the equator is big, but longitude is always the same. That was sticks in my head. Anyway, Hayden and I are the same longitude, so we're in the same time zone. But I think Shock Jock. Let me see. You said you're was it 3 hours? 3 hours. You're like, what are you? You're
behind.
You're 9 o'clock. 9:48.
Are you in Texas?
It's 9:48 over here.
Yeah. Okay.
Texas.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's the show. I'm wrapping it up. Thanks to all my new subscribers. What am I at? I'm waiting for my community channel. It's very exciting. Don't know what I'm going to do with it.
They can come see me on Friday.
Dan, if you would, keep in touch and give my number to Slippery.
Yes.
We should chat. I'll give you guys an earful. It'll be fun.
Don't do anything crazy with my phone number.
No, not at all. No.
I don't like the way he answered that.
No.
I would have a conversation with my wife. I'm like, listen, I gave my phone number to this guy. I don't know him. All I know is his name is Savage Cock.
He's got big balls for, you gotta, You gotta get the fucking movie 43. The guy's chin is like that.
Movie 43, what's that?
Movie 43. Oh my god, you haven't heard of that?
Is it on
It's
Tubi?
insane.
I'm broke.
Could be. It's it's weird because it's got all these high paid actors that agreed to do this movie because they all heard they were all doing it. And then they made them do the most fucking absurd shit, and they were so pissed off, but they had to do it for the contract because they were paid. Like, I think it's Hugh Jackman has balls on it hanging off his chin like that. Yeah, man, you gotta watch it. It's fucking hilarious. It's
that
so
Boondock Saints. I'll have to put that on the list.
Movie 43 is like super fucking juvenile, and they got all these really high paid actors in it, so it's funny.
Have you guys, you know what? I will recommend a movie. When you get a chance, there's 3 parts to it. I recommend Nymphomaniac.
The Mega Man story.
It's like one of those movies where you're like literally inside the mind of a woman, dude.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, it's a horror film, dude. But
Nymphomaniac.
Inside the mind of a woman.
Boondock Saints. Okay,
Sounds
all right,
vicious.
that's it. I'm pulling the plug. Any final thoughts on that note? Savage, you want an outro? I remember I asked you the first time. You're like, what the fuck is an outro? But that was your first live stream.
Okay, thanks for letting me on, Dan, Slippery. Thanks for hanging out, Hidden. Everybody that was hanging out, and we all chatted and laughed and had a good time.
Yeah, it was always a good time.
Wally, if you're listening, you're a bitch, dude. You're not gonna do shit, and you can go fuck yourself. Other than that, you guys enjoy your week.
You should really apologize to him because you made him cry. No, don't. That's fine. Go. See you later.
All right.
Take care, man.
Peace.
All right. Now the hidden MGTOW.
Yeah, it was a good show, man. Lots of fun. I had to fucking work during most of it, but
yeah, that was atypical for you.
Yeah, I do crazy shit.
That means you're working late. We're gonna get to the bottom of what Hidden does. I think you kind of told me once, but I'll keep my mouth shut.
I'm like a traffic planning guy.
Hints. Wally's like this.
Traffic management.
That's more for the Freedom of Information paperwork he's got to fill out.
Could be true. Could be all bullshit. Well,
nobody
knows.
Are you a shock jock too? Are you shock jocking? It falls under the shock jock blanket laws protect you.
Howard, whatever the fuck his name is, Howard Stern.
Howard Stern, yes.
The non-Jewish Howard Stern. That's me. Yeah, come see me Fridays, MGTV1, and after YouTube.com if you want to catch me quick. That's where you can find me this Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern. And maybe Saturday. You never know. But yeah,
Saturday. Oh, yeah,
Danny,
so that random
Dan usually
show.
shows up for this. If not, I end up playing a bunch of videos off his channel anyways.
Yeah, that's fine. Just as long as I don't get hit with any serious copyright. They hit me for Hanna-Barbera got me for something, but it's like fine. I'm not making any money. It's fine.
Anyways,
all right, man.
See you on the next one, man.
See ya. Okay. It's just me. All right, let me see. I should have had it ready. I'll do the outro, my favorite outro. It's my favorite Wally outro, but now it's my outro because, you know, what do you call it? Fair use or something. Oh man, it's really unprofessional. I should have had this right up. Too many folders. There it is. Okay, guys. Thanks again. Thanks for everybody watching. Thanks for my new viewers. I don't know what's going on with the algorithms, but I have all these new subscribers. I'm very excited. I don't know. I got to figure out what to do with my community page. I think I'm probably gonna make some memes making fun of Wally, but not using his pictures because, you know, he'll yell at me and, you know, sue me or whatever he's doing. So. Yeah, on that note, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll let Wally play us out.
This video ends now.
See you later, everybody.